announcement this morning on the House floor.
I will be stepping down as the minority leader as of close of business today.
This after a 2022 DUI arrest recently became public. Many in the GOP, including the state party chair, had urged Lynch to resign his post as minority leader. The election to pick his replacement will be held tomorrow. Things are back to normal today with the trains at DIA after running at limited capacity for nearly a day. An issue with a switch plate caused the trains to operate at limited capacity beginning at around 8 a.m. Tuesday. DIA's Stacey Stegman.
When you see the photos of the train platform getting very, very full, we know it's frustrating, especially if you have to sit there and wait for 2, 3, 4 trains to be able to get on. That's not fun when you're traveling.
Repairs were made to the switch plate overnight, and trains began operating on a regular schedule around 4 a.m. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
Driving the highway is still a little crowded here. Westbound 76 passing 88th Avenue. Trying to get past 270, a little slow there. Now, there's a crash wrapping up on the frontage road, westbound 76 just north of Dahlia. A little backed up. 270, some congestion across Commerce City. Southbound I-25 through downtown, as well as in and around the Tech Center, recovering there from an earlier crash. Southbound 225, sluggish from Parker Road down to I-25. That's getting better. And a crash reported northbound University at Arapahoe Road. Fox 81 pinpoint weather, mix of sun and clouds today, high of about 50 degrees. Low 50s tomorrow. Currently it is 29 degrees. Impacting your drive to work. Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to ExpressPros.com to find the location near you. That's ExpressPros.com.
Bigger is not always better. With car accidents, I don't want a giant firm where I'm just a number. That's why I use John Fuller as my accident lawyer on my radio show. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I know you don't want to be just a number either. So call John Fuller, and you'll notice the difference right away. John handles each and every case personally. You get his personal cell phone number and attention. Let my accident lawyer be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co for Colorado. myaccidentlawyer.co. Get free evaluation of your case, and if you choose Fuller Law, you only pay a small fee when you win. John believes each and every client is important, not just the giant cases. He knows you need answers, you need advice, you need action. Don't wait in line. myaccidentlawyer.co, where you're not just a number. 303-597-4500. 597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co.
Inflation?
Yeah, I still hate it.
Inflation salvation.
Save me with some cash.
Oh my God!
Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com. Sponsored by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, it's Rick Lewis. When you're in a wreck, call the attorneys I trust at Lerner & Rowe. The consultation is free and they don't charge you a penny until they settle your case.
Call Lerner & Rowe. Those guys are great. Call 303-333-8888.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you as we do every day, and as I've been doing for more than 45 years and doing everything we can to help. We have Compass Insurance Group in the house today. Brian. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Tom. Good.
He was saying it's a terrible market for insurance being in Colorado. Now, is that just for homeowners insurance because of hail or car insurance as well?
Well, auto insurance is going up as well, but really the biggest is the home. But autos are obviously hit by hail as well, so you're seeing that that rates on both auto and home are going up. And I was telling you, a lot of non-renewals for fire areas like Evergreen. It's just hard to find insurance right now.
Is that is it more difficult in Denver or in the Colorado market or than the rest of the country?
I don't think anywhere in the country is great at the moment, but yeah, Colorado ranks up with one of the worst states as far as losses in the last 5 years.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, we're going to go to the phones. Mark's trying to connect, and he was connected. I don't know if he is, but they said you guys can't hear him apparently, and there were some issues, but he is trying to connect. We'll let you know when he's on. I'm at my studio. Is he ready to go there? Who's on the board today? Shannon? Or whoever?
Yes and no.
Shannon.
Yes.
Never mind. I don't want to get into it. But what's really amazing
I was answering your question. Yes, I'm on the board. No, he's not connected.
All right. What's really amazing to me is that whenever I can't get connected, people accuse me of changing things on my end. And I know Mark didn't change anything on his end, so I'm vindicated. Anyway, Gail, she has an issue with Walmart. Let's go to Gail. Gail, welcome. What is happening, Gail?
For taking my call. I'm a nervous wreck right now.
What's going on?
My husband, my husband took our 2017 GMC Sierra to Walmart in North Loveland on January 5th for an oil change. And they did the oil change and charged us for it. And then they said that we needed a cabin filter, but they didn't sell them to go to a mechanic.
That's something they're trying. Everyone's trying to sell that as an upsell, the cabin filter.
Right. So basically what happened, though, is that we had an low oil light come on
after the oil change, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we took it back last Wednesday directly to Walmart for the low oil light. They said they thought it was the filter, so they replaced the filter, supposedly redid the oil change. The next day, we went to the VA clinic here in Loveland. My husband's a 100% disabled vet, and drove maybe 45 miles, and it overheated, extreme overheated. I limped it home. I let it cool down on the side of Highway 287. Got home, got out of the vehicle, and there was a brown, milky substance all over our driveway.
Okay, tell me a little bit about some stuff here. What's the vehicle?
Yes. It is a 2017 GMC Sierra 6.2-liter V8.
And then what about the I need to know the mileage.
Oh, the mileage on it is 78,746.
Okay.
Hey, what did they do besides the oil change?
Hey, Mark, good. Okay, go ahead.
Well, we took it to our ASE certified mechanic. We towed it to him Friday morning.
No, here's what he's asking first. What's did
that?
You take it there for? Only an oil change?
Oh, that's it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it. And so anyway, it seems that someone poured oil into our coolant expansion tank instead of the engine, and now our complete cooling system is destroyed. And
does Walmart acknowledge they did that?
No, they've denied the claim within 48 hours.
Why?
They said that they don't have any evidence that this was done by their mechanics.
But you took it back after it was redone by them. They obviously redid it, but they didn't catch the previous mistake of probably the oil. Who knows? Whatever. Bottom line is this. How long did it take for it to overheat after your husband got out the second time?
About 45 miles.
So it's not like you waited a week or two or a month.
No, it was the very next day.
And then who did you take it to after that 45-mile breakdown?
To Uptown Auto in Loveland, Colorado. He's an ASE certified mechanic.
It sounds like exactly what she said, because it's that milky substance. They topped off the coolant with oil. It's not like they drained it all and filled it completely with oil, because then I don't know what would have happened to the vehicle.
Okay, so in less than 50 miles, the car overheated. How can Walmart reject it? I don't understand.
I have no idea. What Walmart store was it?
This is in Loveland, Colorado. I think it's 01008 is their store number. I believe. It is on 65th Avenue in Loveland.
So how are they? Okay. So in less than 48 hours, who got back to you and denied this?
The claims department in Arkansas. We sent them pictures. We have a lot of pictures. We have our documentation from our mechanic.
Don't they have cameras in these garage bays?
Yes.
I don't know if they do or not, but it's crazy if they do. This should be cut and dry. I think we need to reach out to the market manager and figure out what the hell's going on. That's going to be the best way to handle it.
Now, Gail.
Well,
Gail, hold on. We will reach out. I mean, just because they denied it doesn't mean that, they're saying you left that place and there's no evidence that they did that.
Correct.
They're full of crap.
That's what they're saying.
If everything you're telling me is true, they're full of crap. Do you have
She
invoices
sounds legit
showing
as the day is
Do
long.
you have invoices with the mileage on it for when you had the original oil change and the second oil change?
Yes. In fact, when we went in...
don't just say yes, Gail. The second oil change, when they redid it, do you have an invoice with a date and the mileage?
And a receipt. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We do.
Well, then 45 miles after that, it overheats for oil in the coolant.
Yes, sir.
Is it now? You could get oil in the coolant another way, and that is a blown head gasket.
Right, but the mechanic did check it out, and he said there's nothing, no damage like that.
How much is it to fix? What are they talking about?
Roughly $15,000.
Holy smokes, $15,000.
That's why
it needs an
turned it
engine.
down.
Now, I do want to get Kelly on. Or Kelly, I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, it's because the entire cooling system is destroyed. All the hoses, everything.
Well, is
the
the
radiator,
engine destroyed or
plus
just the cooling system? No,
There's
it's a
flakes
closed
in-
system, so it did
There's
not ruin.
flakes there's flakes. The bearings have gone from the silver down to the brass, and it's now in our oil. Our mechanic pulled the filter and looked at it, and it's probably because it overheated and there wasn't
That's
enough.
why I want to get Kevin on. Let's talk to Kevin on this.
All right, hold on a second. We're going to get SheridanAutotech.com, Sheridan Autotech, Kevin Calkin. This is crazy. Hey, I want to ask something. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance. Does insurance ever cover this kind of stuff, this incompetence? Never? I mean,
no, not mechanical issues
no,
like that.
huh? I mean, what if they had left a lug nut loose and the car got into a crash?
Well, yeah, a crash would be covered. The damage. Now, they might try to subrogate if the reason for the crash was that.
Well, they will subrogate, but they'll cover the damage or the liability if you hit something.
Yeah, but they just wouldn't cover a mechanical failure because that's just
Brian.
excluded on an auto policy. Yeah.
We had a caller a week ago. He had an RV, like a 40-footer, Class A, and they used a forklift to jack it up from either the front or rear, I don't remember, to do a brake job. When they did it, the forklift damaged it. They're saying they're not going to fix anything, but that's not the part I'm asking you. Wouldn't insurance cover that because another vehicle did the damage?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, I would make the argument. Now, it's, they would obviously go after the shop for that. But yeah, but your point is then they could be out of the mix and it could subrogate. I would absolutely make an argument because what's the difference between that and a car hitting it? I understand there's a difference, but still it's collision.
Yeah, but they're going to say it was during service. That's what they're going to say it was.
But let's say it fell off of the lift and hit the ground.
It would cover it.
That's collision still. I mean, there would still be
coverage.
coverage.
If you're in a garage and it falls off a lift, they didn't secure it properly. Sure, they'll go after them.
Right.
My garage keepers would have picked it up, but
yes.
I guess where I'm going with Brian, let's say it's Joe Blow, and Joe Blow doesn't have garage keepers, and he tries to jack it up to do some kind of hack back brake job on it, and breaks it, and he has no money to pay you. Would your insurance cover it?
If it's a scenario like we were just talking about where there's truly a collision of some kind, you could absolutely make the argument for your insurance to pay for it.
All right, hold on. We got more coming up. We have Mark. Who are we? We'll get Kevin on, and then somebody's got to call.
I want to ask Kevin a few questions, and what I'll do is I'll email the market manager.
Joanne has a question on advice on moving a car. Bennett's got a question for Compass Insurance. I'm Tom Martino, and by the way, real waterpros.net if you want the best water systems at the lowest prices. And I love talking about reverse osmosis, triple filter. Get all the crap out, drink pure water, and that is under $1,000. Or it might be right around $1,000 now, but listen, you're not going to get a better system for the price. 303-862-5554.
If addiction, trauma, depression, or anxiety are affecting your life and family, the Raleigh House is here for you. The dedicated team of professionals at the Raleigh House provides a premium level of care for substance use and mental health disorders. We believe recovery is possible. The Raleigh House can help. Call 720-797-8717 to get the help you need. That's the Raleigh House. 720-797-8717.
Why does Frank Duran, the real estate man, get top value for the homes he sells?
Because I take the personal time. Every single listing I go on, I video the property. Then I study the film, I study the competition, and literally look at this.
Slight problem on our end. We didn't realize that's a 120, not a 60 on the Szymanski. We're getting him.
And therealestateman.com with RE/MAX Alliance. 303.
If you want to start with it, and then I'll holler at you. But I got,
20-1622. The only real.
How about that? Start with Made in the Shade, and I'll say go if he's there, okay?
Zero-fied. Carpets and ductwork. 23% off. Clean Out 2023. 303-471-5150. ZeroResDenver.com.
Prescriptions.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to add a minute because he's not answering.
Site for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper?
Listen,
and you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free.
I bet. Okay.
Discreet shipping if prescribed.
Still got 30 away now.
Brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active.
Kelly got him.
But for $9.
She sounds like she's starting a 72 Buick, but she got him.
Licensed medical provider, but with
poor thing.
No expensive appointments and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online.
Szymanski's ready.
ms.com/radio.
Mark Szymanski is a friend of mine. I've known him over 20 years with Genesis Total Exteriors. And the key is on total exteriors. You know, roofing and gutters and siding, windows, doors, decks, painting. And he does stucco, and that's really important. It's hard to get good stucco people. So, Mark, what about stucco? Whether it's hail damage or what else would have to be done with stucco? Repairs, update, maintenance, what?
Well, I tell you what, Tom, one of the great things about hard coat stucco, this is the stucco that's not EFIS, that has the styrofoam behind it, but hard coat, hail is not going to damage it, nor the finches, nor woodpeckers, or any of the other critter is not going to get through this, because it's a half inch of concrete. Nothing's going through that, and hail doesn't affect it. Now, you have the borders around windows, they still might have styrofoam, so those sometimes get damaged on hail, but that's a much cheaper, less expensive thing to fix than doing a whole wall, or, even dealing with vinyl siding or regular siding, repairing that. I mean, stucco is just a phenomenal alternative, increases the value of your house, and the curb appeal is just amazing.
So have you ever done storm damage, let's say, where insurance would cover the cost of siding, and then you can put on stucco for a little extra that homeowners are willing to pay?
That is correct. You can take those insurance funds. The insurance company's completely fine with that. As long as you're maintaining the value of your house or increasing it, they're completely fine with that. And stucco definitely increases the value of your house and very little money out of your pocket if your insurance is going to be covering siding.
And does the color go through and through?
The color is, so we start out with a base coat and then a screen coat, and then the top coat actually has a color in it, and that's like a quarter-inch thick of colorant there. It does not go through the whole thing. The rest of it is just a dark gray concrete color.
Very low maintenance siding, beautiful, not siding or exterior finish, beautiful. Call GenesisTotalExteriors.com for a free estimate, 303-679-8509, 1-800-679-8509. Hey, let's talk about a free estimate when it comes to window coverings. You know, that in itself is valuable because their team will go through and measure each and every opening, and then their design consultant will help you choose the right stuff for the right rooms, and then you can come up with a bid. And if you like it, they'll order it, and their in-house team will put it in, and everything is guaranteed. And they have varying quality. What I mean is it's 100% quality when it's installed. The type of window covering is whatever you want. You can get the very best for a dream home. You can get something that's moderately priced and of great value for maybe a rental or a fix and flip. Here's the idea. They have every kind of window opening. You call for your free estimate that's made in the shade. DenverShades.co is the website. DenverShades.co, 720-458-6566.
Thank you.
40 years now, kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished basements, and windows and doors. Done right. Bank financing or significant cash discounts. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. DRHI.com or 800-362-8370.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Another mild day with temperatures reaching into the low 50s, but one that you'll notice a little bit more cloud cover for your Wednesday. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Oh, shoot, we're back.
Yeah, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Hey, did you notice I said, oh, shoot?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, see, I'm getting better.
You're growing.
Joanne has wants to know about moving a car cross country. Hi, Joanne. What's going on?
Okay. Thanks for taking my call. Love you guys.
Thank you.
I was gifted a car that's in Minnesota, and I'm going to bring it to Colorado. And so I've been looking. I looked on your referral list. There's nothing on there. I Googled some places. I called some places. What makes me kind of leery is they're all in Florida. Yeah. So I hear all your. No,
you're right. You're right. There are a lot of crooks in Florida. But
yeah.
Here's what I have done.
I just need a referral.
I have given out personal people that I've used, but I can't vouch for them like on the referral list. But I will tell you that I've literally used both of these. And they're professional, okay? Beware of the people that drive the cars. Never do that. Beware of the people also that offer you really low prices and especially anyone out of Florida. Brian?
Well, yeah, and also just kind of based off our conversation we were just having about the shop, make sure you insure the vehicle because people have this idea that whoever's transporting it is going to pay if something happens to the car during transport, and most of the time they won't. You want to make sure your insurance is on it.
Okay, so it's not running, so I need a car hauler?
Yeah.
Not somebody to drive.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
And so I would...
So if it's unregistered and not running, and let's just say it's a restoration project or something, you don't need to insure that, do you?
Well, if it doesn't have value, of course not. But if it has value and you're worried about something happening to the car and you want to make sure that it would be covered if something happened.
Do they have insurance that would cover just the transport part of it?
That's what I'm saying is most of the time you'll read those contracts, they're not covering the actual item.
What I'm saying is, can you write that for them so it's not like car insurance, so they're not paying all the extra costs?
What I would do is I would write it as a collector vehicle if it is truly like that, you know.
We have someone, Tom.
What's that?
We do have someone on the referral list. You probably didn't realize they did this, but
who is it?
American Moving, great local moving company, been on the referral list forever. They actually teamed up with Beacon probably, gosh, man, a couple of years ago. So they do moves all over the country, and one of the things they do is car moving. So I'd call over there and get a quote.
Okay, I didn't realize that. American Moving on the referral list. Do you have the number handy?
I do not have it handy.
Okay, I'll get it.
I can give it to her.
Okay. Kachina will give it to you at referralist.com, American Moving. We ought to put that under car transport, too. That would be good. And
yeah, I can add that. Here, I got it. It's 303-469-6683. 469-6683.
All right. And Bennett, what is your question for Compass Insurance Group? Bennett, welcome to the show.
Yes, Tom. I want to tell you real quick. I've been listening to you since Ellenberg days.
Wow.
And
wow.
And Kelly.
I thought he was going to say President Lincoln.
So anyway, I was one of Alan's favorite guests. He got me going on my own show. So what's going on?
Well, I have a quick question for Brian. I called in late Friday. I have a renewal on my insurance, and I would like to know if it's still the cheapest I can buy on both of my cars and my home, and I haven't gotten a call back, and I was a little disappointed.
Okay, I'm looking. I mean, I know who this is, Ben, because I've talked to you many, many times.
Yeah.
And it looks like they quoted it around trying to add an endorsement. They're working with underwriting on a company that they're looking at as a possibility, but they're still waiting on underwriting. So they'll be back in touch with you here shortly.
Well, the only thing is, Brian, I want to make sure that I'm insured, uninsured motorist, glass, all that stuff, and I am paying the right amount, or if I have to pay more,
they'll make
fine.
sure. Now, I guess what he's asking too, or what I hear, or what I'm going to ask, when people call for an insurance checkup, where you check if they're paying too much, if they're underinsured, overinsured, whatever, unnecessary stuff or stuff they need. Mm-hmm. When they do that, do you wait to hear from underwriting before you get back to people, or do you have a pretty good idea?
Well, it looks like we reached out to him in December 30th to let him know that the renewal was coming in and that we would be looking around for him.
Okay.
And so then he got back to the rep, in this case, her name is Laura, and then she took some of that information and then to shopping. So yeah, we don't want to send quotes out unless we know, especially in this market, that number one, it's as good, or that it's approved, because then people are frustrated whenever they say, okay, yeah, I want to do that, and then you go through the underwriting process and they say, the rate's going up, or it's not approved, or whatever. So she's just trying to get approval, and I'm not even sure she's going to end up saying this is a better deal. I'm looking at it right now, but we will be in contact with you here in the next probably day or two.
Thank you, Bennett. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're going to come back to Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, to talk about the Walmart oil change and what are the ramifications of putting oil in the coolant, not the other way around, Kevin. But oil in the coolant. And we'll do that right after we hear from people. And I'll tell you what, right now, it's you need to check 888heating.com. The people who have high efficiency, great value systems, and they also added plumbing and electrical. 888heating.com. Honest, good people. I know Garrett, his wife, the entire team. 303-770-2776.
Thank you.
This hour from the...
That could be my new trick to get you to break on time, is hang up on the...
Fiduciary Advisors.
Sorry about that. I reached over and hit the wrong button. Bloop, he was gone.
Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Some new major slowdowns on the south end of town through the...
That's pretty accurate, actually.
I'm starting my...
For Yosemite Street, a crash blocking all lanes.
Ooh, can I get to tour merch? I want a shirt.
Parker Road. North of there through downtown, I-25 southbound.
Tom Martino's Worldwide Don't Give a Shit Tour.
Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Stop-and-go traffic continues approaching Vasquez. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Warm day out there with a high of 50 degrees. Some clouds rolling in. Overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. Warm again with a high of 51. The current temperature in Denver is 40 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll have the story of one of the most iconic American heroes to ever live, Harriet Tubman. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
K&H Home Solutions, You know, I knew Henry Seligman years ago. He named K&H after his wife Kay and himself, Henry. I'll tell you what, here's the deal. That company's been around 65 years. I've known the subsequent owners, and now Lee Diamond and his son have added something to K&H, the oldest home improvement company in Colorado. They've added Best Bath. They'll specialize, or they'll do your entire bath or just your shower conversion, tub to shower, or they can do any full range of bathroom services, including complete overalls, transparent pricing, efficient one-day remodel options. Give them a call, a company you can trust. 303-421-7100, 421-7100, khwindows.com. Hey, speaking of trust, I don't think there's anyone better when it comes to full trust, one-stop shopping for floor coverings than Simply Floors, Inc. First of all, you get the knowledge and experience of Buddy and Karen Mitchell and their team of consultants. In fact, you can make an appointment at simplyfloorsinc.com to have one come to your home with whatever you're interested in, or you can stop by at 470 Quebec or 52nd and Ward and check out their showrooms. Whatever you get, whether it's hardwood floors, engineered floors, luxury vinyl planking, carpeting, or more, they will handle it from beginning to end, including the best installers in the business. SimplyFloorsInc.com. No job too big or too small. 303-731-5380.
It's 24.
You don't get better than that, Shannon.
You nailed it, man.
Yeah. How much time do I have?
Just under 4. Just under 4.
All right. Do you want anything, Brian?
No, I'm good.
Be that way.
I've got my Pilates I tried to offer you.
Yeah, you know what? I would, but I have so much here, I figured I didn't want to make you go through that.
I was going either way.
And then Tom, I couldn't believe the weight. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely.
That he's putting back on?
Oh, the pizzas he's eating. It's like 6-7
he's finally
pizzas a
back
day.
into the crust, right?
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know that I see him eating these pizzas all the time.
It's kind of funny. I think he's gone from just eating the toppings to now eating the box.
Oh, my God. He eats the crust, the box. And, you know, you've heard of stuffed
delivery
crust.
Person, yeah.
Tom is the first to actually figure out how to get pepperoni into the bottom of the pizza.
You know, Tom walked away. He can't hear all these insults.
Ah!
Come on.
Damn it!
He's upstairs.
Son of a bitch.
So much work on our part.
I was going to just let it go because I was enjoying it.
So that Safeco claim, listen to this.
Yeah, where are you out on that?
Well, they took liability, so far they've written me $16,000 in checks. I haven't even got started on these fucks yet, man. They're going to end up paying for a week's Airbnb. Mm-hmm. I got to be out of the house for a week, man. Did you know that shit? That's crazy.
So they ended up saying now that they agree that it is covered by the flood.
No, that's what really pissed me off. They said it's hail. Because it was hail, they're going to put it through hail, which means, of course, I got the $5,000 deductible. Yeah. But I don't give a shit. It's going to be a $60,000 claim.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're going to end up replacing 200 square feet of boards.
Yep.
And then they're going to end up doing all of the, what do you call it, the kickboard, whatever that board is. What is that called? I'm going crazy here. Come on,
baseboard
guys.
inside your tire?
Yeah, the baseboard.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
calling it a kickboard. So all the baseboard, and remember, my baseboard goes. Well, you've never been to my house, Brian, but I mean, it goes basically the whole bottom floor.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. And then they've got to sand everything. We picked out a color, new baseboard, but we got to be out of the house. Oh, they're also going to end up paying to move all the furniture from, basically every room but my office. My office and our master bedroom are the only things that have carpet. Our dining room, everything else isn't carpeted. It's all that hardwood. So they got to move all that furniture into a pod.
Coming back.
How.com.
Back, Tom.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, great shop for maintenance, repairs, electrics, and we lean on him a lot as an expert. He'll be here for Car Day and on Friday. But Kevin, if a truck overheats and 45 miles before that, they had an oil change. And the shop they took it to after it broke down shows that there is oil in the coolant, not coolant in the oil. Oil in the coolant. And the only thing they can surmise, Gail, tell us this again, they think that they filled the expansion tank with oil?
Yes, sir.
Why would they do that? Is there an expansion tank where you fill oil in that truck?
No, there isn't.
Then why would they start there? Kevin, why would they not open the normal opening to add oil? Why would they add oil?
Well, they would have had to add oil to the engine because the oil's full. Is that correct?
No, the oil light actually came on at one point, didn't it?
So they
Yes.
So they forgot to add oil and they added it to the coolant instead?
Wow.
That's the summation by our ASE mechanic.
Yeah, I mean, 45 miles and there's no oil in the engine. I mean,
It could last 45 miles, I think, if it had a residual.
Sure.
But the oil went through the cooling system, completely engulfed, the whole cooling system.
Could it be simpler than that, Kevin? Could it be that they simply forgot the oil which warped the head, and that's what mixed the oil with the coolant?
Well, that's entirely possible. If there's engine damage, yes.
She said the bearings are spun. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, Gail, which came first, the chicken or the egg.
No.
If they added oil to the coolant or the coolant seeped into the engine, it was because they did something wrong. So when this overheated and you took it to the shop, or wait, did you say you limped it home?
I did about a mile and a half.
So when it overheated, did the engine stop?
No, alarms went off. I pulled off on the side of the road and sat there and waited for the engine to cool down, and the alarm stopped. And then I limped home a mile and a half because I was
when you say limped home, was it in limp mode? Did the engine?
No. I drove at about 40, maybe 35, 45, 40 miles an hour. It was only
that's not limping. Okay.
Yeah. Well, according to what I was driving before it overheated.
I get it. When you got home, then what did you do?
I got out of my vehicle and walked around, and there was a milky brown substance coming out of the passenger side of the engine below, completely all over my driveway. We have pictures. It soaked our
Was there any
wheel
oil in the truck?
I didn't check it. I had it towed to our mechanic.
And did your mechanic find oil?
He found a little, but he also found no coolant in the engine.
What do you think happened, Kevin?
Without looking at the truck, that's a tough one. I mean, did it blow a hose? Did it, there's a lot of scenarios I can think of, His mechanic.
Here's what I think. I think they didn't fill it with oil. That's a common problem. And then I think it overheated, and that caused the contamination of the coolant and the oil together. And then I think it blew a hose because it overheated, and it flushed out all the coolant. That's what I think, but who knows? Here's the deal: they're refusing to acknowledge any of it. What did they actually say in writing, Gail, to reject this?
They basically said they have no evidence. I have the email from them.
Well, what would
they
the
have
evidence
no
be?
Evidence.
Here's what I want to know: what would be evidence then? What if breaking down within 45 miles of being at Walmart Automotive is not evidence? What is? What would they accept? That's what I'd like to know. Sure. See, that's what I want to ask them. What would you accept as evidence? Kevin, what do they mean there's no evidence?
Well, it's just the first throw. I mean, they weren't going to give in that.
They're self-insured, Tom. They're like any insurance company. They're going to deny the first time.
Sure. It's up to the mechanic who inspected it to put a proper report together so that they really have nothing to say.
He did.
I get it over to Kevin.
I have it in
Yeah, no, I would just keep going after him for it. I mean,
is this mechanic a good mechanic? Did he really take his time to do an analysis?
Yes.
She said he was certified, ASE certified.
He's ASE certified. He's been in Loveland for years. He's like one of the top-rated mechanics in northern Colorado. And one of the things that Walmart said was, we need you to have your vehicle inspected by an ASE certified mechanic. And I replied back that that's exactly what we did, and I supplied him with his ASE certification number. But my question to Walmart, which I did not ask, was, are their mechanics ASE certified, or the individual that worked on our vehicle?
Well, it's not
required.
Of
course, they're oil changers.
They're not required.
Exactly.
But,
here's
the thing, Kevin.
I don't think ASE is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It proves something. But, I mean, there's very low-level stuff that, I mean, honestly, Tom and myself could probably take the test and pass right now. Just because you know how to take the test and pass, it doesn't mean you can fix anything.
No, it's like any other certification, Mark. It's a step. But the next step may be just small claims. I mean, is it
it's $15,000, Kev.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Wow.
So here's what I think she should do.
It's coolant system plus the engine now.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think here's what I would do. I would give it to one of our deputies to start calling on it.
What's the name of the shop, by the way, that's looking at it right now?
It's at Uptown Auto in Loveland.
What do you think, Mark? You want to talk to them?
Well, no, I just know nothing about them. I mean, do they do engines? I'm looking at it online. Yes. It looks like a little one-bay shop.
No, it's not. It's like 4 bays.
Okay, well, even 4 bays. Will they do the engine?
Yes, they can.
Okay, I'm just saying, if I only had 4 bays in a shop, I'd never do an engine, because I could make 10 times that doing brake jobs by the hour.
Mark, they're going to remove an exchange.
Sure. But what I would do, Tom, is I would recommend you go to get a second opinion. I mean, it's up in Loveland. Go to a local dealer for whatever vehicle that is.
Or Tom at Hands On Auto.
There you go. Any one of those. But get a second opinion. You got two saying the same thing, and they're going to have a hard time fighting that.
Okay, and then we did offer for Walmart to come. We did say you're welcome to come look at the vehicle. Basically, you have 10 business days before the shop will start charging a daily storage fee. We offered that to them to send someone of their choice.
You may have to start. Listen, we're going to try to make a call or two, but you may have to initiate a lawsuit.
That's what I'm worried about. We don't really have the funds for that. My husband's 100% disability rated through the VA. I don't have the funds for this.
Get me a couple reports from 2 different mechanics, the one it's at now and one more, that are saying the exact same thing. It's Walmart's fault. Like, literally, they can look at the receipt from Walmart, according to you, 45 miles after, and you can prove what it was before and after, that this all happened. I mean, this should be a no-brainer, but get me some stuff like that, and I will reach out to the market manager, and the market manager can get this taken care of. But you got to get the real proof.
So should we have someone, should we tow it to another shop? Or should we see if someone could come there to it?
No, it's got to go to another shop.
And it's
Okay.
not because you don't trust the other guy. Call Tom over at Hands On Auto. He's
Just
right.
tell the people at the ones that it's at right now, say, hey, I've got to get two things. I've got yours, and I got to tow it somewhere else and get another one. They're requiring two estimates.
Right. Okay.
See, too bad. You know who I wish was still around? Norris, because Norris could go out to that shop and he could do a full report, and they would accept that. But I don't know anybody else besides Norris that does it anymore.
God, I know it. Mobile diagnostics, what a business. But
Not only that, Norris used to get up and testify against insurance companies all the time. I mean, this guy could go the distance.
By the way, Sheridan Auto Tech, 303-455-7242, 455-7242. More coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Spa Palace.
Some new major slowdowns on the south end of town through the Tech Center, I-225 southbound before Yosemite Street. A crash blocking all lanes with traffic just getting by on the right shoulder. We're seeing stopped up driving back from Parker Road. North of there through downtown, I-25 southbound, some usual slowdowns between I-70 and Spear, and northeast of there through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Stop-and-go traffic continues approaching Vasquez. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Another fairly warm day out there with a high of 50 degrees. Some clouds rolling in. Overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, warm again with a high of 51. The current temperature in Denver is 40 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Spa Palace, for 38 years, have been delivering the gift of relaxation. This holiday season, unwind with the most trusted brands like Jacuzzi and Clean Water Hydrotherapy. A brand you can trust from friends you can trust. Spa Palace. SpaPalace.com for locations.
Hey, Zero Res Denver. You know what I love about Zero Res of Denver? Because I love that they have the purest way of cleaning your carpet, the most efficient, cost-effective, safe way of cleaning your carpet, safe for the environment, safe for kids, safe for pets, safe for breathing. They don't have any soaps, emulsifiers, or chemicals, just pure alkaline-based, super softened, purified water, the best cleaning agent in all of nature. Hey, February's coming up, the month of love. Why don't you give your loved one a great deal? Carpet cleaning. That's right. Do you know they have more than 9,000 Google reviews with an average of 4.9? Including me, I give them a 5. They've come to my house. They use less water. It dries faster, stays clean longer. I call it really clean with Zero Res. Zero Res, Denver.com, special discounts for Martino listeners. Listen, trust me, you're going to love the specials. 303-471-5150. I'll give you a hint. You can get 20% off other services when you have carpets done for just $109 plus. That's 3 rooms plus a free hallway. 303-471-5150. Okay, Red Rocks Roof and Solar is redrocksrs.com. That stands for Roof and Solar. And what I love about Red Rocks Roof and Solar is that they do it all. They're not just a knock-on-door company. They are a fulfillment company. They actually do the orders, installations, and then follow-up service. Live and local, they will take care of you. Red Rocks Roof and Solar, complete systems, including battery backups and auto generators. 303-704-2449. 303-704-2449.
Hi, it's Glenn Beck. Been thinking about selling your home? If you want the most money, call the agent that I would call, Troy Hansford. Troy sells more houses for more money than anyone in the
Good morning. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Good morning, Troubleshooter Show. Do you want to talk to Tom and the gang?
Okay. Well, I would definitely pass that along.
Yes.
Kelly, when are you going to get better, for God's sakes?
Well, do you want to go on air and talk to Tom and Mark?
So you're saying Stan's, like...
Okay, what's your name?
Oliver? Stan's Auto Service, okay. I will...
All right, hang on for me.
I will alert her of that. I think we still have her number. I'll have them pass that on to her. And you know what? If he's doing that sort of thing, I'm going to have Marc Mager track him down and see if maybe he wants to come aboard, because that is a lost art anymore. Somebody who would go out and analyze a vehicle. So, hopefully. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Hello?
fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man, that is good. Yeah, I will have them check on that.
Hey, that RV caller, go to them, Tom.
All right.
He's a teacher. We got to just get this going, man.
You
These
got
guys
it,
need
Thank
to be
you
called
so much
out.
for that.
Oh. Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so we have an RV problem here with David. He said it's with Rocky Mountain Truck Center. I think, David, this is a follow-up. You had called before.
Yes, it is.
All right,
Yeah.
so what's going on, sir?
Nothing. I have emailed the
It's your
company
force.
once again.
As I remember this, and we were going to give this
Georgetown.
to Deputy Chopper here. He was, you picked up your Forest River June 5th from the service shop after a brake job. Wheel bearings came loose June 14th. And
Correct, in northern Texas.
And it got sidetracked there. It's there right now, right?
Yeah, it was towed 3 hours south down to Abilene, and it's been in their shop ever since.
Now, when you say their shop, the shop in Abilene has nothing to do with the shop here in Denver.
No, but it's owned by the same company.
Yes, it is owned by the same company, but their systems don't even talk to each other.
Okay,
but it is owned by the same company.
But it is the same owner. That's why you had it towed there.
Correct. Yes, that is why we had it
Initially,
towed there.
let me just speed this up. And initially, they told them, we're going to go ahead and fix it, but they couldn't find a wheel bearing. So where it stands now is they did something to rig it, and they're telling them you can drive it back to Denver now and bring it to this other shop. Or what are they telling you?
They couldn't find the hub.
Right, they couldn't find a hub. Ford stopped manufacturing them in 2015. Several months of looking for a replacement hub at various junkyards throughout the nation. Nobody has them. No Ford dealership has any on their shelves
so where does
or
it
anything
stand?
of that nature. Well, right now, where it stands is they said that your vehicle's ready to be picked up. You can come get it, but they had promised in writing 2 times that they would tow it back to Denver, and they also, before we picked it up...
What did they do to fix it? What did they do to fix it? Let's go one step at a time.
They put a sleeve on the... I don't know if it's on the hub. I'm not a mechanic, so mechanics listening probably know exactly what I'm talking about, but they put a sleeve on it so that it would hold everything in place.
Now, did they put... Is this a permanent... Is this a permanent repair?
That's where I'm going with it. We were originally told it was temporary, which is why we said no. Then, now we're being told that it is a permanent solution, and it was the go-to solution before a few years ago when hubs were readily available to be replaced.
We need to figure out if that's correct or not. Someone else has to look at it and see if it is a permanent fix.
Now, hold on.
Maybe our guys up at Lazy Days.
Here's what I would do. And you got to do this, bro. You got to do this. What you need to do is get your RV, even if you have to go drive it home. You got to do it. You got to mitigate your damages. Don't argue about the towing right now back. Get the damn thing back here. Then we will look to see with our experts if truly it's a permanent repair or not. And if you have any loss of value because of it or use,
be careful.
We can take care of it. I don't mean loss of value like resale. I mean loss of use value. Hang on, and this is what you should do.
Very nice.
Online consultation.
I don't think they'll ever do that.
No.
What's that? What's that?
Abilene took Denver. Shit. Get hung up on this last minute. What you have to do is just get the goddamn thing.
I missed. Am I supposed to be getting somebody for David?
Bite the bullet.
No.
Okay.
Right? You guys aren't doing anything
No.
with David. You need him to drive his thing back to the whatever.
Are they done with him?
I believe so.
I don't know if
Yes,
they're
we're
done with
done.
him. Yes, we are done with him.
God.
All right, David. Thanks for calling.
We are done with him. We are done with him.
Bye bye.
We are done with him right now. But we may need to talk to him after. We're done with you.
And she was telling me that she has some medical condition that keeps her from healing quickly. What is it?
Lupus. Does she have lupus?
She
Don't make fun of that, Mark.
I'm not making
What are
fun.
you talking about?
Little
Are you talking about
loopy.
me?
Yeah.
Who has lupus that you know?
No, I don't have lupus.
Are
I
you
have
sure?
anemia.
You've got every sign of it.
You're loopy.
Why are you being so mean?
We're not mean. We're curious as to why you're not
healing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm anemic. Takes a little longer.
Oh. Oh, you said anemic, not on your knees a bit. That's what I heard.
Oh, you wish.
You need more hemoglobin.
It's true. My hemo is down. I'm on pumped up iron right now.
It says here anemia, lack of red blood cells, or dysfunctional. Huh. What do you think it is?
I wonder if the warranty's up. And then Tom's got the sniffles.
This dude on YouTube said Kelly might have doofus, not lupus.
That's a good one.
Doofus. Yeah, so
case
what's
of
new
the
about me?
Your sniffles still haven't gone away.
I know it.
Hey, Brian.
Since the 80s.
Brian.
Yeah.
Hey, look around. Don't be obvious. Don't let Tom know that you're looking around.
Yeah, don't let me
You
know.
see any mirrors with powder on them anywhere?
Yeah.
All right, I'm checking it out.
We're trying to figure out this so-called nasal drip he has.
I see pizza boxes.
I bet you see pizza boxes. If he had a quarter for every pizza box. I told you, Tom's the only one that figured out how to get pepperoni in the bottom of the pizza.
Now he can hear you. He's just ignoring you.
Yeah.
Sure. Very focused.
He does somehow. He has figured out over the years how to tune me out. I don't know how he does it.
It's like your wife's voice. You just don't hear it anymore. Golly.
Hey, Brian, what car did you guys end up getting?
Nothing. I haven't gotten another car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was looking at it for myself, and then I told you I ordered that Tesla, and then I ended up canceling it.
Yeah, why'd you cancel it?
Well, I got the news of my wife right after.
Oh,
and I
okay.
thought, I'm going to have a few expenses coming up, so.
Yeah, you will. They just get cheaper and cheaper, too, man.
I know. Hey, where are you at on the line for your Cybertruck?
Oh, gosh, I have no idea, man. No idea.
They're delivering now, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
You're way down
I don't
there,
know,
though.
actually. I saw one.
I saw one over at Pepsi Center, or I'm sorry, at Ball Arena.
Like parked or like being shown off?
No, it was like one of those in that Club Lexus area.
Can you get them delivered by one of Elon's robots?
That'd be cool.
No kidding. Cool. That's not a bad deal for what, 30 grand or something? The dang robot? At least sit there and open pickle jars for you all day long, Kelly.
Yeah. It is my favorite car to drive, though, bar none.
Yeah, you still love it, right?
I absolutely love it. It really screws me up getting any other car because I always leave it running. If we drive the Genesis in snow, there's been times I get out and I'll be in the store and go, holy shit, I left a car unlocked and running because the Tesla does all that for you.
Yeah. Do you like driving in the snow, or do you ever do it?
Hell no.
Because they're supposed to be decent, right?
If you put snow tires on it, I think it'd be okay. You can bring the suspension up. You just hit a button, you can bring it up. But
yeah,
we use the Genesis for the snow. Or actually, when it's really bad and icy, we don't even use the Genesis. We use the Santa Fe because it's got snow tires.
Yeah.
Dak says that's one ugly truck.
Yeah.
I don't know, buddy, but it's bulletproof. I'd probably get rid of the Santa Fe if we get that.
Yeah, the Cybertruck.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to get it. It's just I have no idea when.
All right. Sorry to tell you. Here we go.
630 K-How.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, so what's on your mind today? We are helping people who are calling with problems, questions, and complaints, and you can call 24/7 at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. We also have Compass Insurance Group with us today where you can call with any kind of help you need. And I'm going to go right to the phones, and Idris needs some help with an eviction, and then Marilyn wants to talk about car service, a comment on the story at Walmart, and the auto repair shop. So, Idris, what's happening with your eviction? Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you today?
Good. What's going on?
So, basically, I'm in Broomfield County, facing the whole county of Broomfield because I am black. Basically, with my
now,
case,
hold on. That's a loaded thing. You started out. Hold on. You start out by saying that you're facing the entire Broomfield County because you are black. Can you explain that part of it?
So basically, I have went down to Broomfield County courts 7 different times, and basically, I have been denied each time to file an appeal. The first time that I ever went down there, I was told that I had court the 10th.
An appeal for what?
Because basically the 7th, a court summons to basically come to court at 10 a.m. I go to court. And
what was the summons for, Idris? What was the summons for?
The summons was for unpaid rent when my landlord.
Was it an eviction hearing, Idris? I'm just trying to get some basis here. Was it for an eviction?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so you were summoned to court for an eviction. Right. And what happened then?
Right. They told me that there is no court today. I can't talk to the judge unless I'm trying to file something. So I told them that,
so no, you showed up on the date and time that the summons said?
Yes.
The actual date and time that was on the summons?
And they didn't have court that day.
What did they say? Was it a snow day or what? Why was court canceled that day?
She didn't tell me. She didn't say anything. She didn't want to tell me. I've been dealing with the same.
Hold on, one thing at a time. Idris, I know you want to tell me on and on and on, but okay, so you show up. What day was that you showed up?
December the 7th, 2023.
Okay, so you showed up December 7th, 2023, and they
did
said,
the landlord show up?
And they
Nobody
said,
showed up. And
they said court was canceled.
They said that there was no court.
Got it.
This is just for you to respond, file your response, or you could face an eviction if you don't file.
I get it. He had to show up and put in a response by that time. That's all he's saying, Tom. It's not a court date.
So it was a response, it wasn't an appearance.
No. It's an appearance. It says it on the court summons. I am to appear.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to talk to the clerk of court first.
Okay, I get it.
I didn't get
so
to
anyway,
go to the judge.
So then what happened after that? Tell me what happened after that.
So basically,
did you respond?
I responded with an affidavit of rescission using 15 U.S. 1635.
Okay, well that's okay. Hold on, you're playing Perry Mason here. So why don't you explain what you mean?
So using Title 15 U.S. 1635, when a landlord or any party that does not basically tell you parts of the contract that are supposed to be in play, like with my lease, I have it in my lease where my jury.
Hold on, that's for the hearing. That's not for the summons.
No.
It doesn't. None of this matters. You filed a response. Then what?
Wait. So when did you file the Mark? I don't want to hop ahead. When did you file the response? When?
I filed the response December the 7th.
On that same day.
On the same day, yes. But I was forced to file that response.
Well, okay. So what happened after you filed the response?
So they said they had no vacancy for the judge, and then they turned around and gave me a trial date of the 21st.
Of what?
Of December.
Okay. Trial date was set for December 21st. I get it. Then what?
December the 20th, Mark T. Cheddar goes in, gets possession of the apartment.
Wait. Idris, you're assuming I know. Who's Mark? I mean, tell me what happened in trial on you went to trial, right? On the 21st.
No. Mark T. Cheddar, which is which is my landlord's attorneys, went in the day before, got judgment, got possession of the apartment, and then vacated the judgment vacated the trial date for the next day. I didn't have no time in court. Right. Nobody notified me.
So you're saying a trial date was set, but the landlord went in and got an eviction before the date.
Before the date, yes.
Did he remove your stuff before the date?
No, and basically what's going on is I'm sitting on a surprise eviction right now.
Okay, Idris.
There is no eviction notice.
Idris, I'm going to tell you something, okay? Yeah. I'm just going to tell you something. And you called me, you can trust me, I promise you this. They're not discriminating against you because you're black. That's the first thing. Second, a Broomfield County judge doesn't give a squat if you're black or not, and I believe you are misunderstanding the process. Okay? I think you're misunderstanding the process. I'd like to get a court case number and have Brad O'Brien look at it to see exactly what happened. Do you have a case number?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, I want you to give the case number to our producer off the air, and then I would like Brad O'Brien to take just a peek at it, because what I'd like to know is what happened in this process. There is a process for an eviction. You're claiming you did not get due process. That's the bottom line.
Sir.
Right now, here's what I want to know. When you said there was a trial date set, the landlord went in and vacated that trial date, you said, right?
Yes, the day before.
How did he do that?
It wasn't the landlord. I haven't talked to the landlord.
Okay,
It's Mark
who
T.
vacated the trial date?
Mark T. Cheddar.
Okay, I don't give a goddamn for Mark Cheddar. What is Mark Cheddar? Who is he? Is he the landlord?
No, he's the attorney for the landlord.
Okay, then the landlord did it. Don't be so technical. The landlord vacated the trial date. Why? What argument did they use?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have a mailbox key to get the mail.
Okay.
They probably didn't accept the response or something along those lines.
Idris, I'm trying to figure out. You are so pissed off. You're not giving me the information we need to help you. You're claiming the landlord, even though a trial date was set, somehow got that trial date canceled. But here's the important question, Idris. Did you actually get evicted, or are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, what is going on now?
I'm waiting on a surprise eviction. I have the last writ of restitution where they gave me a warning saying they're going to bring the owners to return possession of the apartment.
Now, Idris, since this has been going on since December 7th, I want to ask you a question. How, in your mind, is this a surprise?
Because whenever my landlord has all my keys except for my house key. He only gave me my house key.
Idris, how is this a surprise eviction?
Because the writ of restitution that I got on my door doesn't have a date or time.
Okay, you're right.
None
It
of the
doesn't,
documents
Idris.
have a date or time.
But you knew it was coming. Here's another question I have. When you were first served back in December for non-payment, how far behind were you in rent?
I wasn't behind.
Not at all.
No, because here's what's going on. They want double the security deposit after the security deposit was already paid. After move-in cost was already paid, which was first and second month's rent, which was a total of $4,782. August the 29th, they wanted that amount again. But I didn't get to move into my apartment until the 27th. They have documentation
Idris,
in court saying that
what did the lease call for that you pay up front? What did the lease ask for?
The lease says $3,709 plus $925 as the first month's prorated rent. Instead, we got charged more than that.
Okay, so Idris, the dispute wasn't that you did not pay. The dispute is that you did not pay enough.
Well, on their end, I didn't pay at all.
Wait, they're saying you didn't pay at all, not one penny.
Not one penny. They're saying I still owe rent from August 17th when I never moved in August 17th. I never moved here. I moved here in August the 27th.
But what did the lease say?
The lease, they got the lease set up as of August 17th.
Okay.
And I only signed 8 documents, but when you print out my lease, it's 64 documents with my signature and initials on them. I only signed 8.
Okay, Idris.
This whole road makes no sense because here's the bottom line. That writ of restitution was put on your door, typically within 48 hours. If you're not out of there, the sheriff's going to be there, bro.
I'm on my third one.
You're not going to rewrite history is all I'm saying right now.
It's too late to go back and say, wait a minute, he only signed 8, not 16.
The only thing I don't understand is the court date part. If you had a court date for the 21st and everything got done on the 20th, what do you think happened? Why do you think that happened?
Yeah, I don't understand how they vacated the trial date. Can you get us, maybe we should call the attorney and just ask about the public record. We're not going to ask anything confidential, but let's just ask the attorney what went on. Well, Deputy Doc's in the studio. Doc, why don't you ask this attorney to help us understand
He's not going to say anything, but Brad O'Brien, you said.
Mark, if he represents a landlord and everything they did is of public record, tell me why he wouldn't tell us to make us understand.
Because he's going to not. I mean, it'd be great if he did. I'm not saying he shouldn't, but I can't imagine he will.
Okay, I was just thinking if he just wants to clear up the landlord's name and everything is public. But if we get a case number, okay, we'll look into it, okay? I just want to get an idea. So give us a case number, Idris. 303-713-8255. Let me explain something, and this is something I want to say about a lot of people. I see it on Nextdoor. I see it on Facebook. I see it, for God's sakes, on TikTok. I see it all over. People become Perry Mason. They think they know the law. They think they know what they're doing. They start quoting laws. They start thinking they have rights they don't have. They are misapplying statutes. They are doing things wrong, and they expect everyone to kowtow to them. And when they don't, the very first thing they do is cry discrimination if they're black or Hispanic. If not, they say they're being unfair for this, that, or the other thing. Maybe someone's too old. Maybe someone has the wrong religion. Maybe someone has the wrong gender. Who knows? But no one says, wait a minute. I misinterpreted the lease. I made a mistake. Never. Never. 303-713-8255.
Hey, Tom?
Yes. Yes, Doc, we were taking a break. Yes, quick, Doc. What?
I'll do it offline.
No, I want you to call them. I'd love for you to ask them just to see if they could explain the process to us. And then you can come back with your question right after this.
Gold just hit a new all-time high, and it could go much higher as people realize just how delicate our economy is. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I've spoken to many Americans who are deeply concerned about losing everything and not being able to do anything about it. This is why I'm thankful for physical gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group. Because unlike digital and paper assets, gold is a true safe haven that all Americans should consider for their financial security. To find out more, text the word HEDGE to 989898. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. This is your chance to secure your IRA or 401k against the unpredictable nature of our economy. Text HEDGE to the number 989898 now to request your free info kit, Gold IRAs.
So, Europlumbing Colorado.net wants you to know that they can save you money. That's their bottom line message. How? Well, you give them a call. They're going to put in a water heater for $12.99. That's a 40-gallon, fully installed. The old one, take it out and haul away. $13.99, 50-gallon tank. And no matter what size you want, they'll beat any price on the market. Plus, they'll beat any plumbing repair on the market. EuroplumbingColorado.net. Give them a call. 303-668-6844. They mean savings. 303-668-6844. Simply Floors, Inc. wants you to know you can save money, but there's more to it than that. There's the great experience from beginning to end. First, you deal with the owner or their consultants to find the best floor coverings for the job for you. Or you pick what you want. They'll even send a consultant to your house. Make an appointment at simplyfloorsinc.com. Whether it be luxury vinyl planking, carpeting, hardwoods, engineered floors, whatever you want, they can do. And they have different price levels, and they have the best installers in the business, and they warranty everything installed along with the manufacturer's warranty. Simplyfloorsinc.com. You've heard me talk about dependable, honest auto repair shops. Nothing like it. I'm happy to have RKC Automotive and their team here, Ramondo and Ray and the team. What do? They give excellence in service at an extremely fair price. Try them out. RKC Automotive. Heavy and light maintenance, new and old, big and small, they do it all. Everything from full engines to electrics to brakes. Here's what you can do. Give them a call at 720-749-3965. Check them out at Facebook, rkcautomotive.com. RKC Automotive on Facebook. And also, they're at 2120 West Evans, RKC Automotive.
Yep.
To a third.
Okay, Broomfield County Courts. Okay. Okay, hold on. Idris. He was summoned to court. He was given a summons. To Broomfield Court, to Broomfield County Court for non-payment of rent. He showed up. Clerk said there was no court that day.
Can you let him know I just sent the case number to Brad? I haven't heard anything. I don't know if he's usually not available. Well, actually, it's not Friday, so he should be available.
Here we go.
iHeartRadio station.
So to summarize Idris's problem, his summons was for non-payment. He thought he had to show up December 7th. That was the deadline for his response. He filed a response. A trial date was set. He's claiming it was illegally vacated the day before. And he is now facing eviction. We are going to look into that. This wouldn't be, by the way, the first time someone's rights were violated. It does happen. It does happen. In Weld County especially. This is Broomfield. I think you said Broomfield County, right? I mean, is there...
Yeah. Hey, Tom, my question is, if he signed his lease, if the lease is as of the 17th, even though he didn't move until the 27th, he still owes that 10 days rent. And maybe that's...
No, I know it. He's thinking he only owes from the time he moves in. He owes from the time the lease says he owes. You're right about that. That's why I'd like to get this case number and just look at it. I think, unfortunately, he's probably evicted. And I think he's just misunderstanding the process. Now, when people call us and they are pissed off and they misunderstand the process and we tell them that, they get more pissed off. Now, I'm not sure that's the case, but we're going to look and see. I hope it's not the case. I hope we can help Idris. Now, Marilyn, you have a comment on that Walmart story. The Walmart story was she had an oil change on her GMC Sierra and claims that they never refilled it or they put oil in the coolant or something, but they had a breakdown 45 miles later from overheating. And now Walmart is rejecting the claim. We want to get her a second opinion. And then I think we ought to go after Walmart for it. What do you think?
Yes, I do. And thanks for taking my call, Tom. I appreciate it.
Sure, Marilyn.
Same thing happened to me, I'll say about maybe 8 or 9 years ago. It was that long ago, though, so this tells me it's been going on a long time. Well, they don't hire, Walmart.
Let's say, then I don't think they hire the best mechanics in the world to do the work.
No, I don't think they do either. I had a 2003 Hyundai Elantra. Car ran like a dream. Took it there. It was my first time and my last time ever going to Walmart. I had took it there just because I was strapped for time, and where I normally took it, they didn't have any appointments. So I took it there, and then as soon as I got the vehicle back, it started like sputtering, We've seen black smoke coming out. And I took it back the next day to ask them, because it was late. And I took it back the next day to ask them, what had happened, what was going on. And he admitted, the technician or whatever he is, admitted that the vehicle was overfilled. Now, I'm not a mechanic.
Well,
I don't know if that's
I don't doubt it. And then what happened? Did you ever get any satisfaction from that?
No, I filed a claim, and of course it was denied because they said I didn't have proof that it was Walmart that did it, but my car was fine until they touched it. And I know you don't deal with the Better Business Bureau or anything like that, but if you look at the Better Business Bureau, there's other claims in there for the same thing from other people in different states that have had issues with, crappy oil change jobs and people either having to replace the engine or in our case, we had to buy a new vehicle. We took the vehicle to a mechanic. The mechanic looked at it and said same thing, that it was either overfilled or they could possibly put the wrong kind of oil in there, because I think it was
Well, there could be all kinds of things they did wrong, but you never got satisfaction.
Never got satisfaction. The only thing I got was a claim denial. And so instead of just trying to prove my case, I didn't think I had the legs to stand on with them. I had to just finally give up and wound up getting another car. I probably should have fought it, thinking back now, but I seen that I was not an isolated incident, and I just wanted to let the lady know that came on that she's not an isolated incident either,
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. We have heard a lot of bad news about Walmart. I would never go to Walmart for car service. I mean, never. But people do. It's affordable, and they figure we can do it. Kevin has a possible solution for the guy with the RV. See, David called about his RV. His RV broke down after having it repaired here in Denver, and he's claiming they did it wrong. They can't get it fixed down there with a new hub, or a replacement hub, so they put a sleeve on it and said he can drive it home, and he's upset about the whole damn thing. What is your comment, Kevin?
Hey, Tom. Hey, I would have that guy get the VIN number and call the manufacturer, see if they can get a replacement axle. I knocked an axle out of an old dump truck one time, and we just went and got a replacement axle. Him trying to mess with that hub, that is not a good idea, welding a sleeve over it. If he drives that back, he might want to check that every 3 or 4 hours, make sure it's not getting hot. But over time, if they don't have that exactly perfect, that bearing's going to wear into that thing, and that wheel's going to come off, and they're going to blame him for that.
Hey, Kevin, why is it that they say they can't get one if you say you can contact the manufacturer? There must be...
I get a new axle, not a hub. If they can't find a replacement...
Oh, what makes you think the newer... What makes you think the newer axles would be a pop-in replacement?
Because they probably have something that will line up with it. You might want to try Transwest up here in Longmont, someone more familiar with it. But
well, if he gets the thing back here, that's when we can at least start having this thing analyzed. I think they're leaving him high and dry. I don't like the way they handled it. 303-713-8255. By the way, Genesis Total Exteriors will do all of your exterior damage for hail. Give them a call. Every bit of it on one invoice, one source, one person to deal with. That's Mark at Genesis Total Exteriors, including stucco siding, doors, windows, roofing, gutters. 303-679-8509.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Some new slowdowns up on the north end of town, I-25 southbound near Thornton Parkway. A maintenance vehicle in the right lane driving slow. We're seeing some backups from 104th. Otherwise, a pretty easy drive throughout the Denver Metro. On the south end of town, I-225 southbound before Yosemite Street, a crash had all lanes blocked. Looks like that one has been cleared. We're seeing highway speeds once again. If you're heading to DIA this late morning, I-70 east and westbound flowing free. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, high of 50 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, high 51. Friday, scattered snow showers. The current temperature in Denver is 44 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Temperatures getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Here's an important message about the Retirement Freedom Summit. It's on February 8th at 6 p.m. at the Delta Event Center. That's the Delta Hotel Marriott in Thornton. Here's the deal. If you show up there, you're going to learn about all kinds of retirement strategies, not just one thing. You're going to learn about investments, insurance. You're going to learn about income, securing income. You're going to learn about retirement planning when it comes to estate planning and when it comes to possibly even using reverse loans. Whatever you need in your arsenal, they're going to talk about it, plus answer questions. That's February 8th. Please save the date, and you'll see me there as well, the Delta Event Center. Find out more right here. If you go to the website, they got everything laid right out. And, of course, you can always call them for a free consultation before that. rpcenter.com. There's an invitation on the front page. rpcenter.com. You know, February is the month a lot of people celebrate love, and Zero Res wants you to celebrate with special deals. Give your loved one or yourself, your entire family, the gift of a clean, wonderful carpet. And you know what? All carpeting, or tile and grout even. They do granite cleaning, upholstery cleaning, area rug cleaning, duct cleaning, commercial cleaning services as well, all using the amazing ZR water, which is super soft, purified water, which is one of the best cleaning agents in nature. You got to see it for yourself. Get rid of the dust dander without leaving dirt-attracting residue, safe for kids and pets. And I'm telling you, they have special deals you're going to love, including a 20% discount on all services. But what I want you to do is mention Martino. They'll mention the discounts for you. ZeroResDenver.com. No matter what, you'll never get your carpets this clean. It's really clean. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. 471-5150.
Charter.
Thank you.
Zane.
And we got some people over there that...
Try to get Joe Lazare if you can.
Ooh, what'd you do?
Oh, I want to see if
he
can weigh in on Chris. And I don't know why Chris has that adjective in the front.
He's called before. That's what he prefers to be known by.
What's it say?
Is that how he wants to be known?
That's kind of what he does. He calls a bunch of different shows.
Oh.
Who is it?
Libtard.
He's calling himself Liberal Chris.
Oh.
Libtard Chris.
Biden lover.
By the way, that case number's up for Idris.
I didn't hear Liberal Chris. Did he already come on?
Not that I'm aware of.
I got $20. It says he's a nut. Anybody? Anybody?
Everybody.
Anybody?
Everybody.
Bueller.
Man, how about this Chicago moving forward trying to ban gas stoves?
Who is?
Chicago.
You know, if everything turned electric, people would be shocked at the world of shit we would create.
And by the way, that's funny. I get that. Shocked.
Yeah.
Did he hear me about the case?
He didn't mean to do that, though.
Of course I did not. I do that often without wanting to, but for some reason...
I do, too.
It plays in without wanting to, and I think it's like subconscious.
I think it is, too.
You're like a savant.
I really think it's subconscious. Now, if Mark had a mind, I'd say it was, too, but...
Hey, Tom.
So I just did this. I'm not going to say what company, but... She's refusing to pay one of the HVAC companies we have $9,200. Okay?
Yeah.
Thomas?
Yeah.
You following?
Yeah.
So she's refusing to pay. So I'm looking at scope of work and the pictures the company sent over. Basically, a sink is so corroded underneath, it's crazy. The pictures of the before, I mean, it's like, I would guess it's iron or some kind of
Yeah, but
cast
you
iron
could damn
pipe.
near do a kitchen remodel for that.
Well, maybe so, but here's the scope of work. Repipe bathroom sink drain in water lines in back wall and remove cabinet top. Then it says exclusions, not responsible for cabinet because it's old as shit, or sink top because they didn't want to replace the sink for whatever reason. $9,200, the work's done, and she doesn't want to pay him. The most she'll pay him is $1,000 because the guy was only there 5 hours. So she's not going to pay any more than $1,000.
Here we go.
Refuses to pay him.
Hi, this is a whole lot of love on this show, solving your problems. So, let's talk. Now, we have someone looking at Idris's eviction case. And thank you for your patience, Idris. We'll get to you. Now, Chris needs some advice on a criminal thing here. Chris, what's going on, man?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
So what happened was on Wednesday night, I got my CV axle gave out on my vehicle on the way. I don't know if you've ever been up to Port Townsend, Washington. Really pretty area, Olympic Peninsula.
I have been actually in my motorhome.
Yeah, super pretty. So anyway, I was able to pull off on the side of the road safely.
What kind of vehicle did you say it was?
2014 Volvo S60.
Okay, so what
kind of your
happened?
Standard. And so the police showed up, and I had plenty of money for a hotel, but this is probably, like maybe at 1 a.m. And I was, planning on heading to a hotel in Port Townsend. In any event, the police said, look, just park your car here for the night, and then, you can get your tow and your repair in the morning. And so they tried the first hotel, which was closed, because, like I said, it's like 1 a.m. The second hotel was closed. By the third hotel, the officer, I think, was just sort of exhausted at that point and said, look, it said hotel lobby is open. Grab your things and just get out of the car and good luck. And he drove off. And that night it was like 28 degrees.
Now wait a minute. So
like
you were gonna leave your car there?
Yeah, right. Like where I was immobilized. So we went up about probably another like 10 miles north.
How did you get 10 miles north?
The police gave me a ride in the cruiser.
Oh, okay.
And
So they gave you a ride to the hotel.
Yeah, and so the first 2 hotels were closed. It was just too late in the day, and by the third hotel,
right?
The
They said get out.
Just said, yeah, just get out. And like I said, it's like 28 degrees.
So what happened then?
Well, I just tried to tough it out for at least like 2 hours, and I'm not saying that hypothermia set in or anything, but I mean I was starting to shake pretty bad and get like pretty frozen. So I eventually kicked in the door of the hotel.
Why? Was the lobby closed?
Yeah, completely closed. So I mean there was no one manning the front desk or anything. So I kicked in the glass just on the bottom, portion of the door. And I went right in and I went right to the hotel desk phone and I called the police and I said, look, come get me. I mean, I'm not going to freeze to death out here. Anyway, they're charging me with malicious mischief and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. My question is, were the police negligent, and not finding... I mean, they could have at least taken me to the jail, right? I mean, at least a jail
it's hard to say if
lobby.
they were... Chris, it's hard to say if they were negligent, but there's 2 separate issues here. If you're saying, let's just say, the police were negligent, therefore I had a right to kick in the door, I don't know if that's going to hold water.
Right.
Even if they were negligent.
Yeah.
Did you have a cell phone on you?
I did, but it was completely dead. I mean, the battery was completely drained.
You were all alone, right?
Yeah.
You were all alone?
Yeah, just all by myself.
Okay,
Yep.
let me ask you something. How did this end up? How did you get your car running and all that?
Well, the CV axle just gave in, so I was able to at least make a slight turn into this abandoned garage.
So you got it fixed and drove home, is that
there.
right? You got it fixed and drove home?
No, I'm actually at the shop right now. We have a chain of auto shops here in Oregon called Les Schwab Tire Centers.
Okay, but this happened in Washington, didn't
it? Right, yeah, and yeah.
So you're in Oregon right now getting it fixed?
I am in Washington getting it fixed.
Okay, now listen,
just across
here's the
street
thing.
where I became immobilized.
Here's the thing. I'm shocked that Washington even charged you with a crime. Was it the state police?
Right, I had to spend the. No, it was a combination of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office.
Did you tell them? Did you tell them that you were freezing and you had no place to go or anything?
Right, and I had no cell phone to call 911.
So what did? Okay, and they did not. The judge didn't show any mercy on you at all?
So they did. So what happened was this happened on Friday night, so I had to spend the entire weekend in jail. And the presiding judge was furious and immediately told the public defender that we're setting a jury trial in March. She didn't even give me the option to plea or anything. She said,
Chris, I don't think this conviction is going to amount to anything in Washington State.
Well, right, but what my public defender's saying, I may have a lawsuit against the city of Port Townsend.
That's exactly right. And you know what, Chris?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past this public defender or whoever or a civil attorney to get you a few $100,000 in damage. I'm not kidding, by the way. This is how it works in Washington, Oregon, California. Listen, I don't want to make this a political discussion, but I'm telling you right now that the sentiment of the public in those areas is against police doing this kind of thing and against cities doing this kind of thing. And the more downtrodden you are, the more rights you're going to have. I don't know how else to put it. And that's the truth, Chris. You should take advantage. No, you should take advantage of the political climate there and milk it.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. You feared for your life. They forced you to get out of the car. You were all by yourself. All they had to do was take you to jail. You would have gladly spent the night in jail. But what they did is left you there. I mean, if you paint this picture, not only will you probably get damages, they'll probably feature you on one of the news shows out there. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding. If you need a criminal defense attorney, you're not. The people in Colorado can't represent you. So
right.
But your public defender, what you really need right now is not a criminal defense attorney, because you have that public defender who's giving you ideas. He's kind of saying, hint, hint, get a civil attorney. You can get a civil attorney out there for a percentage fee basis. If I were you right now, I'd get off the phone and start calling personal injury attorneys or attorneys that you know have sued the state or the city, and do it. And by the way, I am getting a few texts and comments about this saying, why are you encouraging this? Because they bring it on themselves. So if the government wants to give out money like candy and they want to negate the police and the authorities, let them eat it. We have more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Up on the northeast end through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Road construction in the right lane after Vasquez has stop-and-go traffic back from Quebec. We're seeing a 5-minute delay. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through the Denver Metro. The same can be said for I-70 east and westbound. It's an easy drive to and from DIA. The same goes for 225 north and southbound through Aurora and the Tech Center, and back to I-70 east and westbound. Out west into the high country, no complaints. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, high of 50 degrees today, overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 51. Friday, high 44 with a chance of scattered snow showers. The current temperature in Denver is 48 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
So I was just talking about personal injury attorneys. Somebody in Colorado we call for all personal injury issues, especially auto accidents, of course, John Fuller. What I love about this attorney, John Fuller, I've known for many, many years now. When you call, you actually talk to John Fuller. Now, they may have to route the call or have him call you right back, but you talk to him before they intake the case. That's his pledge. He will only take as many cases as he can work personally. When you do hire him, if you do, there's no obligation. He'll go over it first with you. If you decide to hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis, and you get a cell phone number that you can contact at any time by texting or calling. Then he works with you directly. You will notice the difference. John Fuller, Fuller Law. You know, there's much more to law than just having a big firm and bragging about settlements. You need the service first. myaccidentlawyer.co. 303-597-4500, 597-4500. Sheridan Autotech, you heard him on the show being our expert. Sheridan Autotech. You know why he's our expert? Because he'll give you answers free of charge. All you have to do is give him a call or drop by. You know, if there's a charge involved with an extreme diagnostic, then he'll tell you. But mostly, you can get a free opinion, SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242. He also does pre-buy inspections on used cars, heavy and light maintenance. He's been in business more than 20 years. SheridanAutotech.com. You know, I think that's done, Shannon, or did you want me to do Red Rocks? Because it was Red Rocks here. I don't see it.
Okay, skip it.
Okay, more coming up.
Yeah, I wasn't following along.
I'm sorry, Shannon, but something was there and then it was not there any longer, so I don't know what happened.
Interesting.
So if the Red Rocks was supposed to be done, it was not.
Let me go back and look at
I kind of remember
law.
it being there, and then it was taken off, and I thought maybe you had put it on there by mistake.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So in that break should have been Red Rocks, Sheridan, and Fuller, and I was not listening to a thing you said.
Okay.
So I don't know if you did
I
any
did
of those.
not do Red Rocks. I'll have to make it up.
Do you feel strongly about it or no?
Oh, well, yeah, because they're going to be charged for it.
That's funny. Electric sort of company being charged. I get it. You with the puns today.
So can
Very
you drop
good.
them in another break somewhere?
Yeah.
Afternoon?
But you got like 5 spots in that first break with Dragon. Let's see. Oh, and Red Rocks is in there. Golly, they're piling up, man.
I'll just do it now.
You want me to stop this and have you do it?
Yeah.
You are so sweet. Thank you. 25 away. How do you do it?
Oh, shut up.
Hey, listen, you're nothing compared to having to deal with Steve Kelly. David Blake, by the way, on my Facebook said, hey, celebrate your birthday by throwing another card at Martino. That's good. All right, here you go.
8986.
Hey, Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Always happy to talk about them. If you need a solar system, well, no one really needs one, but if you want one to save money, and trust me, you will save money nowadays, plus lock in your electrical bills. And Red Rocks can do it for you. And here's what I like about Red Rocks Roof and Solar. They're the real deal. What they do is the complete system from sales to installation to service. So they do it all. And that's what's really important. Plus a guarantee activation date. If it's not ready when they say, you actually start getting paid by them for the energy it should be producing. 303-704-2449. 704-2449. RedRocksRS.com.
My doctor will call you back.
Glorious.
Okay.
You don't read any of that. You're just
Good morning, Troubleshooter Show. Did you want to talk to Tom and the gang?
I know my people so well. In the beginning,
if it's something you don't feel strongly about, I'd hate to twist your arm.
Okay, it's help at troubleshooter.com.
Well, I'm the opposite of help because I'm the moron that runs the audio. Let me throw you on hold, and Kelly's going to talk to you real quick before we throw you to the wall. Hang on, brother.
Okay, and I've got your case number here. I sent it over to Brad O'Brien. He's reviewing it. So, and I've got your phone number, and I'll call you back if he calls us back. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and send Tom and Mark your lease, okay?
God damn, I can't get the smell.
that smoked salmon you're saying?
Or the onions or whatever when I picked it up, and I can't. I washed it.
Can't get rid of it?
I hate food smells when I'm
okay.
It's to me, no matter what, even pizza, no matter what it is.
Will do. All right,
I
thanks.
want to be done. Yeah. I scrub
care. Okay.
all the time.
Ugh, garlic sticks with me forever if you're chopping garlic or whatever, you know. No matter how many times I wash.
All right, gentlemen, it's been an honor. Stand by, coming back.
Good morning. Thanks for the Tom Martino Show.
First Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, I want to remind people, okay, Compass Insurance is here. So for the next 2 hours, and actually they do it all the time, there's the Insurance Help Center part of Compass Insurance Group where they'll do that comparison for you of what you're paying compared to what you should be paying. Now, sometimes you might have a great deal. In fact, what we figure is about 85% of the time, Compass can save you money. Better coverage and lower costs, or the same costs and better coverage, but they can help you. About 85% of the time. About 15% of the time, you got a pretty good deal. So you stay with it. So I want you to call directly to them for the insurance checkup and have your declarations page if you can. You'll be shocked at how much money we save people. We give examples, and almost every time they're on, people save anywhere from $100 a year to like $3,800 a year. Seriously. So what I want you to do, in fact, I don't think anyone ever saved as little as $100 a year. They save so much more. 303-996-9000. They're standing by waiting for it. 303-996-9000. Okay, Ernie has a follow-up. Ernie, what's going on?
Hello, Tom. Good morning.
What's going on, Ernie?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, just Colorado Construction. You guys were helping with those guys, and they made several promises again to make payment, and we still have nothing. So
okay, Ernie, I want to make sure. Did you call in with the name Ernie before?
Yes.
I'm trying to find the damn call. I know I remember this.
Last week, I think it was Thursday or Friday. Tom.
Okay, all right, thanks. Yeah, okay. Yep. It could be when I wasn't here, and it could be. Okay, so Ernie, what did they promise? Mark, do you recall the call, by the way? Colorado Construction.
I recall the name Colorado Construction. Look it up.
Okay, hold on. Rented. Oh, correct. I remember. Correct. I remember now. I took the call. We had Frank Ball on, the collection attorney. We thought you should go to him. Right. Remember? You said you were owed $85,000, and he said he would take a look at it. But he did give you some instructions first. He said, first call them and try to work it out. You rented trucks to Colorado Construction, Taylor Miller, and the invoices are now totaling $85,000. Now, he re-rented them or sublet them, and Colorado Construction's the one that rented from you. Then they rented him to another company. So they keep making promises but are not coming through?
Yes. Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Ernest, for $85,000, sir, you may need to get Frank Ball, the collection attorney, on it. You get him on the case. He's really on the ball.
Yep.
I would call him. I'm serious. I mean, what else can we do? These people don't care. They just don't care. They
Yeah.
don't care about being
Yeah.
discussed. I mean, who else is doing business with them?
I don't even know anymore. But that's why I was mainly calling to just kind of warn, the general public and how they operated.
Yeah,
with
but
their
you're not
business.
going to let them
Also the-
slide on 85 grand, are you?
No, and it's worse than that, Tom. The company that paid them twice, Contenda Construction, they had an initial payment for $300,000 to go out. Then they paid another $130,000 to Taylor Miller with Colorado Construction, and still they haven't paid us.
So this Colorado Construction is getting paid from all the people they're doing business with, but he's not paying his vendors.
That's correct. That's how it appears.
Have
We're
we
not
ever
definitely
called
getting
them for you at all, or did we just get our attorney on?
No, I think Sue said she was going to try to call him, and that's why I was calling today to see if there was any connection that was made.
You know what?
they were
Suze is
saying.
tied up today, but maybe we can get Deputy Doc to call over there, or Deputy Chopper. Let's see if we can do that. Hold on.
Hi.
All right, Ernie, what's the best number to reach you?
Okay, now. Turn our mics down.
Okay. Okay. You got it. I will give all three numbers to Ken, okay? Yeah, they'll call you. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Man, I'm out of here now, and I don't want to leave. It's like these guys that are in prison
about?
so long, and then they're finally released, and they
wanted
don't
to-
want to go.
But you wanted to go take a nap. Like,
I know. I think I'm gonna go commit another, so I can come back right away.
Who's this, Ernie?
Memphis
What's it?
residents
Ernie, right?
call out rising homicide rates. Why are they mad about that? I don't understand. I was just saying that I know I'm done now, but it's like these prisoners, they're in for 30 years and then they go, oh, here you go.
That
I don't want to go now. I don't want to leave. I know what's going on here. Finally, I'm comfortable. My stuff is here.
My purpose is here. Out there in the world, what the hell am I supposed to do?
I know I'm coming right back.
What's the first name, Matt? Right.
Every time.
Oh, Mayu.
Most times. Birthday in McConaughey. Otherwise,
Thank you.
I just shaved that. If you want to restart it. Loose bolts on Boeing. There's also loose bolts on Doc's neck.
Oh.
He's got a hint of Frankenstein's monster. Just a hint.
Froderick, Frankenstein,
Frankenstein.
Igor.
Hey, Ernie, it's Doc from the Martino Show.
Oh. Hey, Doc, how you doing? Oh,
Good. I'll give you a call after the show about
oh, he was. Yeah,
between
he,
like
it's a
2:30 or
tech-
3 o'clock. Okay.
He died incredibly young.
Talk to you then.
I did 2 cigars yesterday. You know how occasionally I come in.
Mm. All right. Just another Wednesday.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Old Tom pulled a pretty good bite before he started the break, started reading the spots I put up there, deleted them before he
Sure.
finished reading
What's
them.
your
And then
name?
on the air, what else do I have? I don't know. You
Mike,
deleted
M-I-K-E?
them.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Small
Thanks
claims.
for
All right,
Troubleshooter Show.
hold on.
Please hold a moment. Almost answered that as the other job. Wow.
When Jazzy was here yesterday, I was reading an email from Dan, and the phone rang, and I was like, "Hello, thank you for calling the Dan Kaplan Show." And the guy's like, "Oh, I was trying to reach Tom Martino." I'm like, "Oh, yeah,
Wait,
this is Tom
yes,
Martino.
that's where
I'm
we
sorry."
are. I am here now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Chris, okay. Is this the Kia Sorrento by chance? Okay. And what's going on with it? And where did you get it at? Drivewise, Greeley. All right. And what year is it?
2024.
2013 Kia Sorrento. Okay, hang on, and they'll be with you momentarily. Okay, hold on. Okay, hang on, and
So you're sounding so much better.
I am. You can hear me. It's getting there.
You're not quite Batman anymore.
No.
So that's great.
All right, the talent's back.
Woo!
And I didn't hear a smart-ass response from Tom, so that means he's probably eating pizza.
Hi, this
Yeah,
is
he's not
Kylie.
there yet.
He's got pizza in his pie
Kylie,
hole.
this is Kelly. I'm calling with the Tom Martino Show. Hi. Do you have time to talk, or are you still at work? Ooh, I can barely hear you.
10 seconds.
On our website, money. That's money. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to the show. I urge you to call 888-heating.com if you're thinking about replacing a furnace. And here's the deal. They can also do plumbing and electrical now. It's a great company and built on basically value and trust. And you'll love the way they do business and the high efficiency. I'm a real proponent of this because you can save money every single month. Now, some people are saying 15 to 30% depending on your house. And, of course, sometimes it won't pay, but they have, of course, other options. 303-770-2776, 770-2776, 888heating.com. Okay, let's go to the phones. We've got full lines. We also have Compass Insurance Group with us, and they are here to help you with insurance issues. And then if you're calling their office, they'll do an insurance checkup, 303-996-9000 for that. Meanwhile, Kylie wants to talk about an apartment. Kylie, what's going on?
So me and my twin sister had moved in on September 9th of 2023.
Okay.
So, last year.
September?
And, yes.
Okay.
And ever since then, I haven't had no heat. Like, even with the 0-degree weather, and I've reached out to the office, they're just basically refusing to fix it.
Now, are you the only one in the whole complex?
No, it's about 6 to 7 buildings.
Okay.
And I know that I have went on.
How do they get away
9
with
moves
that?
twice.
No, literally, how do they get away with that? If with all of this bad weather, how cold did it get in there?
My house was 58 to 60 degrees throughout the whole 0-degree. We've been plugging in space heaters, but it melts my outlets, and then it like melts extension
So
cords.
Kylie,
So
are
it's hard to
they
keep
are
it-
they addressing it? I mean, because you're saying it's affecting everyone.
They'll put letters on our doors telling us that we can go to the office and go get space heaters and that they're working to fix it. But it's just an ongoing issue. Like
They
they'll
probably
fix it
have
and
a
then it'll work
massive
for 2
boiler
days.
system,
Are
Tom.
they
A massive
now?
boiler
Is
system.
heat included in your rent?
I pay that through like Excel. So,
Okay,
like,
so do you have a separate furnace for your apartment?
no, I do not. I think it's all just one for the whole building.
I understand. Then how do they bill you for your heat?
Um,
Do you know? I mean, in other words, on your heat, you don't pay for water, for example, right? On your rent, I mean?
I pay for water, but it's like through a different company.
And then how do you pay for electric?
I pay that through Excel.
Is it your own account?
Yes, it's my own account.
And is gas included on there or just electric?
Gas and electric.
So you do have some kind of a heater where you're paying your own gas, right?
Yes.
And have you noticed during this time of no heat, is gas being used?
Yes. Like my bill is just getting higher and higher.
Yeah, but for the gas part or the electric part?
I think for the electric part.
Okay, because
I
the
haven't
gas,
really-
do you have a gas stove?
I have. Yes, I do have a gas stove.
See, what I'm trying to figure out is where you're spending the money. Like on the Excel, it's probably from the space heaters and stuff. Did they pay for your space heaters, or did you have to buy them?
I had to buy space heaters. They said that they weren't going to buy my space heaters.
Did they give you rent credit or anything?
No, they said that they weren't going to do it. Like, whenever I talk to them, they just get an attitude, and they'll hang up the phone on me, or they just, if I walk up to the leasing office, they won't answer the door.
Wait
Let's
a minute.
have Deputy Doc call over.
We need to call these people. This is crazy. What's the name of the development?
It's going to be the Richfield apartment.
At the Richfield, okay. And what are the other tenants saying about this? Are they all pissed off?
Yes, they're all pissed off because it's not just heat. It's like a mice issue, too. I'm catching 6 to 7 mice a day, and they're burrowing into my couch. I've had to replace my couch 3 times.
Oh,
And
my God.
They just don't say nothing about it to
Have
the point
you,
where I have
have
to
you
reach out to
considered
them.
find another place?
Yeah, Kylie, have you considered breaking your lease and leaving? We could probably get you out of the lease with no penalty whatsoever. Have you thought about that?
Yes, I have thought about that. I was actually going to do that a few weeks ago, but I was in a head-on collision with a drunk driver, so
Oh, God.
I had to stop.
Did you get an
I had to
attorney?
stop working.
Yeah, did you get
yes,
a
I have
person?
lawyer.
What's that?
I did get a lawyer for the accident part, so we're just working on that.
Okay.
Kaylee, is it Section 8 housing?
No, it is not.
Kylie, we need to call over there and see. Doc, can we just call those asses?
I'll call them right now.
We got to find out.
On a side note, I do have an interesting question for her.
Go ahead.
When you did get into that accident and you got hurt, what decision making did you use and what attorney did you call? You don't have to give the attorney's name.
Yeah, we're
but
just curious.
Why did you call?
We're curious. How did you select an attorney?
Exactly.
Well, my sister's baby daddy, he had gotten in an accident previous, so he actually referred me to them. But I had only called an attorney because I was hit head on by a drunk driver, and I was hit twice by two different vehicles. And when the vehicle hit, after he hit me, he did a U-turn and he sped off, and he actually ran through the park.
Did they ever catch him?
Did they catch him?
In the car. Yes, they did. He was arrested.
And what? It doesn't matter now, but what attorney firm did you go with?
I went with Levine Law.
Okay. He's all right. He's good. And did he do all right for you?
Yes, he's actually working on my stuff right now.
Okay. So listen, what we need to do is call over there. Deputy Doc is going to get in touch with you. Hang on a second. This is wrong, man. There are so many landlords that are just, I don't understand what's going on. You can't let people go without heat. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Mike, you need some help with small claims court. Go ahead. We happen to have the small claims expert here. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, good. I'm calling in regards to my son. He and I, well, I guess he and I both filed the case, but we filed a case in small claims court back in 2020.
Against someone? Against who?
Against his roommate, and for approximately $5,500.
Was it his former roommate, right?
Yeah, he moved out, left all this stuff there, couldn't track him, blah blah blah.
Okay,
So
he moved out and left his stuff. Did he do any other damage?
No.
But he didn't pay his.
Damage.
He didn't pay his. You're saying he didn't pay what he had to pay, right?
Right. He was behind a couple of months when he moved out. So.
Okay. And so, what's your question?
So my question is, we went through mediation because of COVID in 20, and
wait, you filed the case in 2020?
Yes. So we filed the case, mediation. We negotiated down to from $5,500 down to $3,500. He showed up, and then he was supposed to start making payments. Never saw a dime. So we went back to court. We got him served. Went back to court. He didn't show up, so we got a default judgment, and the judge bumped it back up to the original amount of $5,500. The problem comes in is the court gave us a document to go to the Lakewood DMV, which is where the jurisdiction where his car was plated, and the DMV gave us two forms. They said we can't do anything without the person's permission.
Wait. Hold on. DMV says we can't put a lien on that car without their permission?
Well, we weren't looking for a lien. We were going for get a warrant out for him because they would arrest him. But
well, wait a minute. You don't go to DMV to put a warrant out for him.
Well, they gave us it's called information slip for case filings and warrants, and it's got driver's license numbers. It's got all this stuff: his height, weight. It's basically stuff that's on your driver's license. A lot of it is.
Tom, what it is, and I've seen this form. Hold on, man. What it is, and I've seen this form before. in order to put the bench warrant out, they need real information on the guy. And it's very frustrating because how do you get someone's driver's license and birth date? Because they can't just arrest any Bob Smith. They have to know who it is. So this guy's got to get a skip tracer to figure out that information. Then when that's filled out, he can file that back with the court and then possibly with DMV. And then that is going to be the information they use for the bench warrant.
Well, how do I get this information? Because
a skip tracer. A skip tracer is going to be. You can do your own skip tracing. To give you an idea, let's say the guy worked at the local Starbucks. If you could go into that local Starbucks and make a friend with somebody, you might be able to get the information. There's ways to get information.
Yeah, it's too bad, but you have to do that legwork.
Yeah, I'm not. Opposed to doing legwork.
Well, or you have to hire a private eye can do it.
Yeah, we went back to Douglas County and requested them to make Lakewood DMV comply, and Douglas County denied it. And I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to get this information?
Well, private eye, private detective. See, it's always a good idea before you do anything with someone that you get all that information up front. Is it on the lease at all? Any information that you can get?
Very little.
Do you think the guy's ever been in trouble? Do you think he's ever been arrested for anything?
I would say yes.
You might go to Colorado courts and see if you can actually find him. You can actually put in his first name, last name, guess a birth date if you don't have it, and try to figure out if it's him. And then that might give you a little more information and figure out what that case was. Let's say it was a case with a homeowner. You might be able to get in touch with the attorney or in touch with the DA. You might be able to get in touch with someone that might share that information.
ColoradoCourts.com.
Yeah, you got to sign up for an account.
What are you trying to get done right now? What are you trying to get done? A warrant for his arrest?
Yeah, once he gets that information figured out, he'll have a bench warrant out on him. And then if the cops pull him over, who knows what cops do nowadays, but how it's supposed to work is the cops pull you over, they run your license because you were speeding or for whatever reason they're there, they see the bench warrant, they hook you, and they throw you in jail for the amount of $5,500 in this guy's case. If you can't pay the $5,500, which would eventually pay this guy, they'll keep you in jail. The longest I've seen them keep people in jail without letting them go and not paying is 30 days, and that was Lopez when we went after Lopez.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Bum, bum, bum. Remember that?
Yep.
Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep.
Mark.
Save 25% off your first
10 seconds, Tom.
LifeLock, or go to LifeLock.com. Okay. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Keel and Park. Keel and Park have been doing a great job for people I've sent to them for estate planning. Whether you need a will, maybe a trust, or a combination thereof, you may just want a beneficiary's deed for your parents' house. In fact, don't ever do a quitclaim deed and think that's the way to do it. Don't do things yourself. Talk to Keel and Park. It doesn't cost you anything. They'll talk to you free of charge and go over your estate or that of your parents or whatever you need to do, and then give you flat rate pricing for whatever they think will protect you. And it's all about protection. It's all about transferring at minimum tax consequences and helping you transition into retirement or after your death. And they can help you and they can help your heirs to come. That's right. Keel and Park. Put an E on the end of each of those common spellings. Keel and Park. They're going to be at our February 8th conference where you can meet with them as well. And that's the Freedom Retirement Summit, February 8th. Mark your calendars. By the way, Keel and Park can be reached at lawkp.com. You know, when you want solar, you want a company that's dependable. And the solar business is riddled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs. So please go with RedRocksRS.com. That's Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Now, what Red Rocks does is sales, but they're not just door knockers and salespeople. They also fulfill the orders, they install them, and they guarantee and service them. They even have a guarantee installation day, an activation date. So if they're not done when they say they're going to be, they start paying you for the power that your system should produce. They're great people. 303-704-2449, 704-2449, redrocksrs.com. The Art of Granite. Man, Mitch Floria, he has it right. You know what you would like to do? You would like to get a price on the phone, and so many people won't do it. The Art of Granite will do it because they love their deals. Plus, the way they do business is relatively simple. Wholesale on all countertop materials, tear out and haul aways free, the bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen, or you get a free kitchen sink. And you can get any surface quoted on the phone, theartofgranite.com. That's right, theartofgranite.com. 303-386-5919, 386-5919. Genesis Total Exteriors are stucco experts and more. Anything on the outside of your house. Look, from the top of that roof to the gutters, soffits, fascia. Look at the siding, even stucco, windows and doors, the decks, painting, outbuildings, fencing. They do it all. That means if you have storm damage, give them a call and you get one complete estimate, one source of contact, and one place to have it all done. 303-679-8509, 679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Oh.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. You called a radio show?
Shift R. Command Shift R. Command Shift R.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, I gotta go grocery shopping right now. You know what? I don't shop anymore, ever. Everything. Last night I made a serious mistake. So I want another Ring doorbell for Steph's. We go to Best Buy. They don't have shit. They don't have shit. I mean, you know, the shit. And then they don't have enough selection. They don't have great information. They don't have experts. I go on Amazon. Ring door. Loads of reviews, loads of things to choose from. You pick it. Last night at 9, it was delivered 5 in the morning. Why do I shop?
I know. But grocery shopping's different.
No. I have it delivered from King Soopers. You do? You have it absolutely.
10 seconds here, guys.
I know everything I want.
Trajan Wealth, K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 713-825. Cummins Insurance Group. Keep calling 303-996-9000 for your insurance comparisons, or if you have any questions, give us a call, and then we'll show you some live actual examples we've done for people who call in. What I love about comparison shopping is if they can't do it, they can't lie about it. I mean, what if they said, and they would never do this, but what if they said, oh yeah, we can save you $3,000 a year? Well, then you got to be able to pay $3,000 less. It is a no risk obligation because a no risk offer, because if you call them, if they can't save you money, they can't tell you they can, because it all comes out when you have to pay the bill. So what I love is putting your money where your mouth is. Yes, we can save you this and get you this. Chris has a question. Now, Mark, you tell me what's wrong with Chris, okay? What did he do wrong? He has a used car, and I can see he bought it in Greeley.
Gee. Not only that, he didn't have it checked out. I guarantee that as well.
But here's the big I want to tell everyone, I know people listening. I'm surprised they haven't all gotten together up there. Have we ever found, ever, a good car dealer in Weld County? No. The answer's no. Anyway, Chris, what's going on?
Well, I bought a Kia Sorento. I was in a position where I needed a vehicle like now. I don't have any children. I don't have any family. It's just me. So I was kind of between a rock and a hard spot.
What's the name of the place? DriveWise?
DriveWise. That is correct.
Yeah, and by the way, it would be a wise drive to get out of Greeley. But go ahead. What happened?
And I agree with that, but I live in Eaton, and so, like, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I bought the vehicle. I put $500 down. Within 2 days, it was driving really weird. So
now, wait a minute. How many miles on it? What year is it?
It's a 2013, and it's got 112,000 miles now. 112. It did not have 112.
Well, what
yet,
did it have when you bought this 11-year-old car? What did it have on it? Huh?
98,000. 98,000.
Okay, gotcha. So you put you put 500 down. How much did you pay for it?
I ended up paying 13 total.
Okay, so 500 down on a $13,000 price tag.
Right.
Okay, so what's wrong?
And so the first thing was they had rotated the tires after I had test drove it, because I did test drive it. They rotated the tires.
Test driving doesn't tell you anything about a car, but go ahead.
Right. So it drove okay. So I am a home health care provider, so I have to drive. I was going up to Carter Lake, so I needed something to get me up there.
Why did they rotate the tires?
Because the steel belts were showing, and I couldn't
wait. Rotating them doesn't cover up the steel belts.
Right, but what they did is they flipped them around backwards. So the steel belts were supposedly on the outside.
It doesn't matter if the steel belts were.
What I'm getting at, Chris, did you think that was going to correct the belts?
No, I had the tires replaced. I called them and told them, "You replace the tires, or I'm bringing the car back."
Did they hold on? Did they replace the tires?
They replaced the tires.
Okay,
yes,
well then that's
did.
what you should have. Okay, you should have led with that. They replaced the tires. Okay.
So then the other day I was driving down the road and the check engine light came on and it wouldn't go. It wouldn't move forward. So I flipped on my emergency flashers. And
How long did you have it at that point?
I've had it for less than 2 months.
Okay, in less than 2 months, that's when the check engine light came on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I mean, you understand.
It's under warranty.
What do you mean it's under warranty?
I called.
Huh?
I called them, and they said it was under warranty, so I took it into Amico, and Amico ran they put the thingy in to get the codes and stuff.
What kind of warranty did they say it was under?
Well, now, when it comes out to it,
I'm asking you, what kind of warranty did they say you had when you called?
They just referred me over to the warranty company, and so I called.
What was the name of the warranty company?
Hold on 1 second. Let me tell you.
Sure.
I can.
So you probably bought the warranty.
I must have, because
And you don't even remember that.
Well, I was in such a hurry, and
so you did everything wrong, basically. And I want people to hear this so they don't make the same mistake. Being in a hurry is no excuse to take shortcuts, and you bought a warranty. Okay, so did the warranty cover it?
No. That they put the bid in when they found out what was wrong with it. I've had to.
What's the bid? What's the bid?
I don't know what the bid was. They didn't tell me what the bid was. AMCO just called and said that it was denied. So I called immediately to the warranty company, and I'm like, why is this denied? Well, because it's struts, and they don't cover struts. They cover wheel bearings. They cover tires. They cover everything.
No, they will not. They will not cover tires. They will not cover anything.
Right,
but anyway.
Exactly. We both know that.
Okay.
And I called both. Excuse my language, but I called both.
No. Don't say anything where I have to excuse language.
Kill it. She
got it.
Man, Chris, you're on the radio, Chris. There are actually Democrats listening. You got to be really careful. Okay, now, where are we
Tom,
going?
you want me to follow up on Kylie while she's waiting?
Yes. Kylie,
okay,
she and her twin sister moved in. The apartment has no heat. In fact, the buildings have no heat and infested with mice. And she said management won't talk to her.
Right. So she gave me 2 numbers to call. Both numbers didn't answer, just had a voicemail. So Kaylee is going to go to the office tomorrow when she gets off of work, and she's going to call me from there so that we know there's a live person that I can speak to.
Good. Excellent. All right. That's excellent. We got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino. What did the lady say?
I love the fact that she's like, I'm sorry for saying this, but it's bullshit. It's like, the woman.
KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
We're back to easy driving throughout the Denver Metro after a busy morning. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. The same can be said for I-70 east and westbound to and from the DIA area, as well as 225 north and southbound. Up on the north end, I-270 east and westbound, easy driving, no complaints that way. To Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free. And back to I-70 east and westbound, it's an easy drive out into the high country. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, highs in the low 50s, overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 51. Friday, dropping temperatures, high 44 with scattered snow showers. The current temperature in Denver is 50 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan at 630 KHOW.
Wendy's breakfast.
All right, you're up in 10 seconds, Tom. Fuller's on access. He's ready to go.
Like a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in the combo. Single item at regular price.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and, a lot of things stand out about Fuller Law. And one of the things I always say is he's a law firm that will only take as many cases as he can personally work, and that's his pledge, and that's the way he wants to do it. I call it a boutique law firm, but he gets a lot of things done, and he works directly with you. And here's the deal. Some people say, Tom, wouldn't it be better? You say he has no call centers and he doesn't have a legion of attorneys. I like the idea I get personal attention, but isn't it better when they have a big firm behind them? So what about it, John?
Great question. We get that all the time. I guess I look at that from 2 perspectives. One is, do you think you're going to get better service by having a revolving door of people at the firm that you hire and multiple layers of pre this and post this and processors and all this kind of stuff? Or do you think you're going to have better service with a small localized team that actually knows who you are and understands all the nuances of your case because it's been the same people you're talking to all along? I think the latter is a better way to go. But here's the important thing. If you ask the insurance companies that have to deal with those same people, and after 22 years, Tom, we've talked to them about this, they too are frustrated when they have to deal with these large firms and dealing with a different person every time they talk on the phone. When they call my firm, they get somebody that is knowledgeable about the case, that can talk about all of the nuances that go into the valuation disputes that we have with the insurance companies, and we get stuff done. So I think on both levels, we provide a better service and a better outcome to the clients, and that's the most important factor.
And here's the deal. I tell people, call, and you'll notice the difference. I mean, you're free to call others, but call John Fuller. Put him on your list. Call him first. Call him right away. And then you get to decide. 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500. His website, where you can get a book, by the way. I've been reading that PDF on how to settle your property damage claim for your damaged car. It's great. You get that free download. Go to myaccidentlawyer.co. Empower Reverse Mortgage is one of the companies that will be at my retirement summit, the Freedom Retirement Summit, February 8th. Empower Reverse Mortgage, talking about reverse loans. You'll get to meet with Mark and his team, but you can call him directly. If you're thinking about a reverse loan, but you don't even know the ins and outs, like what do you have to do to get one? You'll be surprised that it's very little credit needed, and you really get to use the money for anything you want. It's not counted as income. You can't lose your home with some very simple requirements. But if you want to learn about it, you can call Empower Reverse, our exclusive reverse loan lender, 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719, empowerreverse.com. Simply Floors says it all. I love the name of the company because it says it. Simply Floors. But there's way more to it than the floors itself. It's the entire experience, from picking the right stuff to getting the right installers and then working the service for any warranty you may need. Simply Floors does it all. Buddy and Karen Mitchell, the owners, are dedicated to making it a positive experience for everyone involved, including, of course, their customers, their employees, their installers. What you need to do is go to the website and find out how to start the process with an appointment. They'll come to you, or you can go to them. SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's INC. That's SimplyFloorsInc.com. 303-731-5380.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Oh, it was just something to be funny. Yeah, she actually cursed on air, and we had to dump it.
She was a potty mouth.
Did she hang up?
No, she's
Sure,
still
you
there.
can ask him. What's your name?
Potty mouth.
Okay. Hold on. What's a complete...
Okay, I was going shopping.
What'd they say, Kelly? I'm dying to know.
Oh,
Amazon.
just wait.
Okay, so one thing I get there is coffee.
Here we go.
So I go to my... I just... Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so we are working on cases behind the scenes. If you ever wonder what happened to them, you can always ask about them. But I want you to rest assured that we don't drop anything unless, of course, it turns out that we can't help and we give them advice on where to go and what to do. Now, with Chris, it's not uncommon to buy a used car, not get it checked, especially when you have a warranty because you figure maybe the warranty will take care of it. I'm not sure what she paid for that warranty, but used car warranties are basically good for nothing. And it's just another way for people to make money, the dealers. Nothing wrong with making money, but usually these have more outs, I swear to God, than the New York Mets. You can think you're going to get something covered and almost never get it covered. Okay? So when you see these people advertising the used car warranties on TV, just please don't buy them. So, Chris, they wouldn't cover it. You took it to AMCO, and you don't even know what the estimate was, but it was denied. So what did you do then?
Right.
What did you do then?
So then I called the claim, the extended warranty or the warranty company and asked them why they denied it.
Right.
They told me because they don't cover the struts and stuff that's wrong with it.
Wait. The
So I
struts
called
are
the
not
dealership.
covered, they say, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I called the dealership and I said, I need a vehicle. It's not covered. I can't afford.
Please tell me you did not buy another vehicle.
No, not yet. No, the Sorrento's still in the shop. I don't have the money to pay for the struts. It's not covered under warranty.
Are they going to help you with it?
Hung up on me.
Are they going to help you with it?
No.
By the way, here's what I want to tell you. When you said the check engine light come on, the struts won't make engine lights come on. So what made the engine?
They said that it had to do with the gas pedal plate. And so he adjusted that, and the
throttle,
check engine light went off
okay.
at no cost.
They adjusted the
at
throttle.
no
So right
cost.
now,
We
the
fixed
engine
that,
light,
yes.
the engine light does
It's
not
off.
come on.
That is correct.
Okay,
It is
so
off.
let me ask you, what are the symptoms? Because you didn't take it in there for struts. What are the symptoms of these struts being bad?
I'm not exactly sure because I haven't talked to Amoco
Well, hold on.
yet.
You were driving it around. You didn't notice anything?
Because I wasn't sure if it was acting the way it was supposed to, because I went from a Honda Civic to the Sorrento. So I've never driven an all-wheel drive car before. I've never been up
But
on the ground
you don't
where I could
recall
look
it being
over
a rough
cars.
ride, do you, Chris?
No.
All right.
I do
so
not.
hold on a second. So far, has AMCO charged you anything?
No, they have not.
Okay, if you want to go pick it up, you can go pick it up?
Yes.
Go pick it up.
And do what with it?
Well, I'm going to tell you. Where is that AMCO located?
In Greeley.
Okay. So you're not going to want to hear this, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. You're not going to find any good people in Greeley for auto repair, sales, or maintenance.
Right. And I get that now,
Okay.
Obviously.
So listen, I hope AMCO doesn't charge you when you pick it up, but you said
no,
they had,
there's it's at no cost to me. He even did the throttle plate. He adjusted that
that's
at
very
no
that's
cost
very
to me.
nice.
He did
That's very nice of him. Now,
Yeah,
you need to get it to
He was very, very nice.
you needed to get it to somewhere that we know and trust. And the only place I would take it, I don't know, what is, I guess Hands On Auto Tech in how far away are you from the Loveland area?
I go to Loveland every single day.
Okay, look up Hands On Auto Tech.
Okay.
Now, here's what I want
I know
you to
where
do.
they're at. I pass by them all the
They're
time.
great people. I want you to talk to Tom and tell him you talked to me, and you really need an honest assessment of the what did you say was wrong? The estimate for warranty? It was the struts.
The struts.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to do that, and then we will talk to Tom after you do that. Now, I'm not saying if we find you need struts that we can get the dealer to pay for it, but at least I know with
Right.
Tom you're not going to be lied to, you're not going to overpay, and then maybe the dealer might help if the dealer knows you're dealing with someone honest. So hold on. You don't have to hold on. Just go to Tom and please call us back and let us know. And then you let Tom know that we're following this up with him too, okay?
Okay, can you give me his last name again, please?
It's Hands On Auto Tech. What is Tom's last name, Mark?
Auto. Okay.
I don't recall.
I had it, but anyway.
He's the owner.
Yeah, he's the owner, Tom.
He's got a prosthetic leg.
Yeah. I don't know if it would show through his pants, but okay. All right. So anyway.
Actually, that's true.
And he was in a really serious accident. That's why we mentioned it. And he just
it was horrible. And but I'll
God.
tell you what, man. Talk about bouncing back. That guy's Superman.
I know it. Anyway, more coming up. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Wendy's.
We're back to easy driving throughout the Denver Metro after a busy morning. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. The same can be said for I-70 east and westbound to and from the DIA area, as well as 225 north and southbound. Up on the north end, I-270 east and westbound, easy driving, no complaints that way. To Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free, and back to I-70 east and westbound.
Oh,
Easy drive
no.
out
Comment on Tom and the
Fox 31,
Democrats.
pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, highs in the low 50s, overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 51. Friday, dropping temperature.
Probably a Democrat.
Scattered snow showers. The current temperature in Denver is 50 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan at 630 KHOW.
Wendy's breakfast.
All right, 10 seconds time. You next.
Choose your perfect duo from your fave four, like a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in the combo. Single item at regular price.
I love saving money. Oh, my God, it's one of my favorite things. But saving money is no good if you don't have somebody good. So what if you have somebody great and you can save money? That's EuroPlumbingColorado.net. If you're looking for a water heater, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. They promise to give you the best deals ever on water heaters. They also do repiping. You know, a lot of people need to have repiping done. They ask, who should I go to? Europlumbing does that too, from beginning to end. Turnkey service, 303-668-6844, 668-6844, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Hey, if you are looking for granite, theartofgranite.com, those are the people that I know and love. I have known Mitch now for many years, and he decided to give quotes on the phone because he wants you to know about his great deals. You don't have to come in. You don't have to drag your ass in there and go through a spiel. You get a price. Do you want granite or some other stone? He does it all, even man-made materials. He'll give you a price. Tear out and haul away is always free. And the bathroom vanity free when you have the kitchen done, or you can opt for a free kitchen sink. Get your price right now, 303-386-5919, theartofgranite.com. FixMyHome.com, that's the website for Fix It 24/7. Now, George is the owner. I've known George for a long, long time. And, you know, he took over Fix It with one thing in mind. I want to give people quick fixes if I can. And I don't want to sell them new stuff if I don't have to. I want to find a solution to their problems on all repairs and maintenance issues. But if you do need to buy stuff, they want to give you great deals. Put them to the test, call them. $39 gets a tech to your home to fix and find to fix anything. Now, you decide to have the work done with a quote up front, and they waive that $39. If not, that's all you pay. It's a really good way of doing business. FixMyHome.com.
And today,
Who? For floor? Yeah, they do a great job.
I used them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's your deck name? Oh, yeah. Oh, your patio, or is it Yeah, they've been doing that. They pour it about 4 inches. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a great way to do it. It's so superior than carpeting or wood.
I love it in our garage.
Hey, Dragon.
Yo.
Yeah.
So this California woman was on a pot-fueled psychosis. She got high on drugs, stabbed her boyfriend 108 times.
She deserved it.
And she did not get any jail time.
Yeah, must be nice.
Well, she probably stabbed a Republican.
It's absolutely unbelievable. No jail time?
That's because he deserved it. He said that she looked fat in those pants.
Okay, now, who takes several hits from a bong loaded with marijuana and stabs someone 107 times? I mean, I have never heard of that ever.
Completely agree.
They call it cannabis-induced psychotic disorder. They just made up a word for fucking stupid-ass crazy.
Something else had to be mixed in there or something, because you don't do that on just weed.
Man, you don't even want to pick a knife up and cut a steak when you're smoking. So I've heard. Right, Tom?
You don't want to do what?
Let me ask you something. When you're stoned, do you eat a lot of pizza?
Nope. Do you know, Mark, I never get stoned.
You told me you smoked pot before.
No, I know.
You told me you dropped
I've
acid.
tried it. But here's what I've done. I've tried it. From the time I was in a rock and roll band in the 60s, I tried it, but I hated it. So here's what happens. About every 10 years or so, people say, oh, no, you really got to try this. This is different. This is different. And I try it, and I hate it. And every single time I hate marijuana, I hate it. I hate the smell. I hate the taste. I hate the head. I hate everything about it. Now, by the way, I'm not morally opposed to it. I just don't like it. Sometimes I think it would be easy to like. I mean, it would be easier if I liked it, because then
You should do a bag of those. You and Steph should eat a bag of those shrooms and let me videotape it.
I'll tell you what. There are very few drugs that I liked ever. Back in the day, there were two I liked. That was it. And I'm never going to mention them.
All right, 10 seconds, guys.
Free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW and the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Hi, Tom Martino. You're a troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Brian, do we have any examples of money savings that we did for people, sir? We do. Okay, hold on. Let me turn it on. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go.
Yep, we have a couple that have come in. I'll tell you, the one that looks like it's a pretty good savings is, and I mentioned this to you, is a person that called in that has a concrete tile roof. We have a carrier that just cleans up on homes with concrete tile roofs.
They like it.
Yeah, they just do. They have great rates for them. Now, they do require a 1% wind-hail deductible, but that's kind of where the market's going
1%
right now.
of the house.
Of the dwelling, yeah.
So if the house is $500.
You have a $5,000 deductible right there.
Okay, not terrible.
Well, it's kind of the way the market's going. But with concrete tile,
It's not
you
terrible
don't
at
have-
all, 1%.
Well, and you have, a roof that should be able to hold up against hail. That's the whole
All right,
idea.
so go ahead.
So,
what is it?
this person is with Hartford. They called in, and we got a quote with this carrier, which is Auto Owners is the name of the company that does so well with it. And for the auto and home, we increased the dwelling, added an umbrella, and saved $2,500 a year.
Holy crap.
On the package total over everything.
How many cars?
2 cars.
Can you imagine? That's a lot of money to save.
Yeah, it's a
Did
lot
they
of
get
money.
its comparable coverage or better?
It's better coverage because it's uncapped replacement cost on the home.
Okay.
The deductible went up from, they had a $5,000 deductible and ended up being about $6,800 because it's $680,000 on the dwelling. So,
okay.
So
But
the,
so
the
what?
deductible
So what?
went up a little bit,
Yeah.
but still overall a better deal. There's
What about-
one
go
here
ahead.
that is moving from Liberty Mutual, and we're moving them to Auto Owners, it happens to be, and it's saving $1,500 a year for auto and home.
Wow.
This one is Allstate, moving them to Acuity. And
Allstate sucks, so it's good you're moving them.
Yeah, much better coverage. And we have auto, home, umbrella, and a rental home, and it's saving them about $1,000 a year.
See, these people have to be sending me chocolate chip cookies or something.
Yep. So
for one phone call.
Yep.
That's way more than 20%. You've heard that commercial
Yeah.
about what a phone call can save you 20%. How about a phone call can save you like a few $100 a month? And they're still taking calls. And by the way, he doesn't have to be on the show for you to do this, but we like highlighting it on the show every now and then. 303-996-9000. Okay, 996-9000. So we were talking about shopping off the air, Brian and I. Mark, so I'm looking for another Ring doorbell, So I make the mistake. I never shop ever anymore, not even groceries, nothing. I just have everything delivered. But I went and I said, what the hell? Let's drop in at Best Buy. I can pop it on tonight, They don't have crap, okay? They don't have crap. I mean, it looks like they have a lot, but when you look down on the shelf to see what's stocked, not a lot. And
I've
there's
said
no
that
information.
forever. They don't stock anything, including appliances. They got nothing.
And Mark, there's no information, no experts, no reviews. So I said, Steph, let's just go home and I'll look at it online. So I go home, go Amazon, ring doorbell, a million of them come up, including refurbished ones if you want them. Okay, but listen to this. So I look, I can find out through their questions and answers everything I ever want to know about the one I want. And then I order it at 9. It was 9 in the evening. Do you know when it was delivered, Mark? 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning.
Yeah. I get it next day out here.
That's what I mean. That's the next day, right? Because it was 9 at night.
Yeah, but I'd get it in the evening, but it's still unbelievable.
Oh, it is unbelievable. I mean, my God. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Why does anyone go to stores anymore?
They've got, I'm staring at them right now, so they've got the certified Amazon refurbished for $60, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And then also, supermarket. Now, I don't do the Amazon Fresh and all that, but you could, but I don't. I go to King Soopers. King Soopers has a great delivery. It doesn't cost a lot. I think the most I've ever paid for delivery, for quick delivery, is $9.
Yeah, I've never done the grocery delivery.
Gasoline, and people say, no, I want to be in the store. And I'm thinking, why? You go there, you go online, and you can see everything. You see the pictures of just like you're there, and you just pick it and you do it. And then the shopper shops and puts it in a cart and they deliver the damn thing. Why do people put themselves through shopping anymore?
Mark has to pick out the produce, right, Mark? You have to look at the produce and see it.
Do you think so, Mark?
No, my wife does that. No.
Some produce maybe, but I haven't come across anything where I've gotten bad stuff. And even if you do, they are so good about crediting you.
Yeah, I'll have to try it.
No. You know what? Here's the thing. It was good for the environment. It's good. And by the way, this one guy has questions for Compass. We'll get to him. And then Dennis has an issue with a lease. So stick around and we'll get right to you. We have an hour to go on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255. The guy about the Democrat.
He's not mad anymore?
No, he hung up.
So. Oh, was he on there to get on?
No, he was.
Okay.
Because I said something about, hey, we got Democrats listening.
I've done, or my wife does that Target where you order and then you go drive up there and they bring it out to you.
I mean, I've done that too. There's no reason to do that.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you don't have to shop.
You're gonna go through. Well, you're gonna.
You have to drive there, but yeah.
So $9, that's the most within like a 30-minute. But if you just, I'm telling you, I have never.
And they get everything right. You don't get something.
I haven't shopped in so long. I even hate going to Home Depot for something because it's such a hassle to find shit.
Yeah.
I can search. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
No.
And those
Do
apps
you go to like Costco? What about Costco? Do you go to there ever?
Stephanie does.
Yeah.
If I go to Costco, I buy too much unneeded shit.
I know. Absolutely.
They just hook you on the way in. I said, well, I need that.
Right.
I need this 85-inch TV.
No, it's more like I need that 5-pack of deodorant.
Mark, those giant TVs, my God, they used to be like 12 grand. You know what? I should, for the monitor behind me, I should get a giant one.
My favorite there, though, at Costco is clothes. I can't leave without buying a sweatshirt or a sweater or jeans.
They're
or something.
so cheap and they're good. Like I buy sweatpants. What do you mean $20? What are you going highfalutin?
No, they get $20. You get like Guess and these major brands there.
I got these sweatpants that are better than anything. And they're like what, $8 or $9?
Gosh.
It's like.
They got the best socks, too, man. Their socks rock.
Seriously, there are so many deals.
And how about that hot dog and drink for $1.50?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
As you're going out, you can. Aren't they the biggest alcohol distributor or whatever retailer in the country?
I don't know if they're bigger than Walmart.
Man, I think at one point they were. I don't know if Walmart now is that they're in the game, if it's different. But, man, they sell a lot of alcohol there.
I'm looking it up. I'm really curious about
Yeah.
that. I can't imagine Because you got to think Walmart in most states, I mean, they got full-blown liquor in every Walmart and in every Sam's Club.
Yeah.
God, it's a hard thing to Google.
I know. I'm trying it right now,
What's
too.
that?
Trying to find the biggest retailer because it's all coming up with like almost advertisements.
What are you talking about? For what?
Alcohol retailer.
Oh.
Okay, this article says...
Wine. They sell more wine than anybody.
Okay, this says Costco is the largest alcohol and wine retailer in the United States.
Wow. It's weird, though. It says the last time they reported wine sales or liquor sales was 2020. I wonder why.
Mm. Yeah, this was 2020, just like you said. They sold $5.5 billion worth of wine, beer, and spirits in 2020.
Yeah, which is basically half of all alcohol sales.
That's pretty incredible.
I just wonder how Sam's Club and Walmart do.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is if you have a liquor license like you own a restaurant and you run out of whatever, Jack Daniels, you can't just run out and buy some from Costco. You got to buy it through a distributor in Colorado. It's really, we've got some really crazy wholesale rules.
Mm. Well, our alcohol rules were crazy for a long time. Now they're definitely have opened up.
Yeah, a little better.
Little, yeah.
You go to like Arizona, you know, a gas station has an entire liquor section.
Like hard alcohol type of stuff, you're saying?
Yeah, 7-Eleven will carry Jack Daniels.
Wow.
Not that I'm looking to buy Jack Daniels at a liquor at a 7-Eleven.
At a 7-Eleven? Yeah.
Yeah, $60 bottle of Jack Daniels.
So I have...
Although they're probably cheap as hell, honestly.
We all know you shop for your steaks at the dollar store.
Yeah, the dollar
Remember that,
store.
Mark? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. You know what was funny is well, they were packaged in bromine, which was great. They packaged the steak in an antacid. But if you actually looked at the weight of the steak, you were paying about $7 a pound.
Really?
So it wasn't even that cheap. It was cut like a ham steak. And it tasted, well,
yeah,
I was probably the only one that couldn't taste it. It was making me barf.
I think Suzanne was saying it was not the best tasting steak.
I got to go let my mutts in. Hey, you got dogs, Brian?
Got one. Yep.
What is it?
It's a little dog, a Pekingese Shih Tzu.
Oh, okay.
And
We
yes,
had a
you
Shih
could
Tzu years ago.
You could
10
shorten that
seconds here,
to
guys.
Pika Shit.
They look the same.
So
Salvation on 630 KHOW.
He has
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know what Frank does? Of course, he can buy or sell real estate for you as a broker better than anyone. But he does an evaluation of your home or an analysis of your home based on the market conditions, on what you'll clear, what you'll get from that home, what the fees will be, and then what you'll net, and then what you can buy with it if you want. And that analysis is complete and detailed, and it's free of charge. And there's truly no obligation. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. So, Dennis, what's your issue with the lease? Go ahead.
Yeah, Tom, I signed a lease for a year at an apartment.
When did you sign it?
And I've been there. I signed it in November.
Okay.
Okay, and the question I have is I've got cancer, and it's screwing up my ribs to do the work that I'm doing. I drive a truck, and she doesn't want me to work anymore.
When were you diagnosed, Dennis? When were you diagnosed with cancer?
I was diagnosed 2.5 years ago.
Oh, so it was before you signed this lease.
Oh, yeah. It was before I signed the lease.
Okay. And now you're having complications.
Yes. Now it's my rib cage is really getting screwed up from working and bouncing around in this truck.
Are you going to go on disability?
No, I'm not. I have Social Security. I get Social Security, but I don't get enough Social Security. I mean,
what are you getting at? You can't work anymore, right?
I can't work anymore, and I'm just trying to find out from you is, now that I've signed the lease, even though I have papers from the doctor telling me that I can't work anymore,
yeah,
would they let me out of this lease?
Well, they might, Dennis. Now, I just want to explain something to you. It would be if they want to. You see, our personal problems, and I don't mean to make light of anything at all. I mean, my heart goes out to you, and I pray that you get better. But your personal health and issues and problems don't play into your legal obligation unless the lease or the contract allows it to. For example, some health club contracts might say if you're diagnosed or sick and can't, but when you have a lease for an apartment, they're not going to usually just automatically let you out because...
Man, there's a lot, Tom, I'll go a step further. There's a lot of leases that don't let dead people out.
You're right. What they do is they put a lien on the estate for the amount for not giving the notice or for the amount due on the rest of the lease. So, Dennis, here's the thing. It's not going to do any harm by asking, but I want to ask you another question. What if you were to get out of it, what would you do?
Well, I'm going to try to get into another apartment that I could afford with my Social Security. There's apartments that are like, that would charge me so much. And, it's through the IRS pretty much is what the place is. And
I've never heard of rental subsidy through the IRS. Help me out here,
no.
Dennis.
No, he's thinking Section 8 or something.
I don't know much more than you, but they've got something to do with the IRS.
Now, let me ask you something, Dennis. Where are you finding out about this?
From the place that I was talking to the people to try to get in there.
And do they do credit checks for that?
Do they what?
Do credit checks.
No, they just go off your income. You have to bring proof of your income.
Did you hear what Mark said? Section 8.
It's not a Section 8, but it's a retirement place.
Ah. Okay. All right.
Maybe he's talking Social Security disability.
I don't think so, Mark. It doesn't sound like an assisted
Well,
living.
I have never in my life heard of the IRS subsidizing a rent.
Yeah, I want to make sure they're telling you the truth. But anyway, Dennis, that's neither here nor there. Let me ask you a question, okay? How much do you get in Social Security?
I get $2,300 a month.
Okay. And do you get Medicare right now?
I get Medicare A and B. I paid for both of them, so.
Well, you're only paying for one of them, but it doesn't matter. And then you get. Do you have a supplement?
No.
Okay. Now you may want to consider in your situation, Dennis, Medicare Advantage. Well, okay, you can't switch right now with the cancer, can you?
No. I've got insurance through my company, and that's who's taking care of all my treatments when I go.
But Dennis, you're going to have to deal with that when you stop working.
Right, and I've been paying for this A and B. Well, I don't pay for A, but I pay for B.
Right.
Medicare.
Yeah, but when you go off on your own without a job, you're going to need either a supplement or you're going to need to go on Medicare Advantage if you're allowed to. I'm not sure if you can switch. Listen, we can find that out separately, but let's talk about your lease. Dennis, you will not be, why do you care so much about getting out of the lease? If you just left and went and rented somewhere else, they can't come after you. You don't have anything they can take, do you?
I don't. I mean, I only make the money I make off Social Security.
Well, guess what, Dennis? They can't garnish your Social Security check. So I don't see how they can come after you for anything. So what if they, I mean, they're going to tell you you're obligated. They probably can keep your deposit. How much deposit did you put down?
I put down $300 deposit.
Are you willing to walk away from it? Are you willing to walk away for that?
Yeah, if I have to, I will.
Dennis, here's what I would do. I would see if I could get approved with the new place, subject to you not having that payment to the old place. And then if you get approved, just walk out. I don't know what else to tell you, man. You have a serious illness. You need something cheaper. The last thing that should be on your mind is them coming after you for the balance. They're not going to sue you.
Okay, well.
Well, even if they did, let me put it another way. Even if they do sue you, what are they going to get?
All I have is a pickup. I mean, I've got a vehicle and I've got a little bit of furniture that probably ain't worth.
Dennis, how much is your vehicle worth?
I don't know how much it's worth right now, but it's a 2017 Dodge.
Do you owe money on it?
No, it's paid off.
What is it if you sold it today? I'm curious. First of all, I don't know how aggressive these people would be. You're allowed to have a certain amount. If you wanted to do a bankruptcy, you're allowed to have a certain amount in a vehicle. What is that vehicle worth?
I would say somewhere around maybe 30.
And it's paid off? You know what?
And it is paid off.
Let me ask you something. Hold on. I want to get you some advice that can give you peace of mind. Can you get Gigi Wink on from Wink and Wink? Kachina, let's try to get him on. Don, you have a comment on Costco. You must have heard us talking off the air. Mark was talking about Costco. He loves their socks, he said. Go ahead.
I love their socks too, but I found a replacement. I was roaming around the Caribbean one day, and I came upon this store and bamboo sheets, and they included a complimentary pair of socks. And I started replacing my Costco socks with these.
Where do you
bamboo
get
socks.
them?
Yes, I knew you were going to answer that.
I mean,
it's. Go ahead.
What kind are they?
I might be able to tell you here in a sec.
Is he taking them off to look at them?
No.
Well, you can buy them on Amazon everywhere, man. Bamboo's pretty cool.
You can.
Bamboo. By the way, bamboo it's a really great material.
Yeah, Cariloha. I get mine off of Amazon. Yeah, and also they do bed sheets.
Yep. I think we have bamboo bed sheets, or we tried them and liked them.
We tried them. I didn't like the bed sheets, but the product's good.
Why? I'm curious.
Thank you.
I found it. They didn't cool as much. In other words, during they just ran hot. I don't know how else to put it.
I didn't realize that. 303-713-8255. More coming right up.
Hey, to social engineering and leftist corporations, do they make you feel like we're kind of living in the twilight zone? Well, you're not alone. Now, our friends at Pure Talk, my wireless company, they know the silent majority is fed up, and I'm calling on all of those Americans, stand with a company that champions your values. The average family is saving almost $1,000 a year. Dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Do it now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month from our friends at Pure Talk.
Let's talk about security in retirement. Part of that is the guaranteed pension account. That's what Joe calls his plan for you to convert money that you might have in the stock market into something secure. What is something secure? What are the guarantees? So let's talk about it. How do these guarantees work, Joe?
That's a great topic, Tom. Actually, I'm attending a conference right now, an economic conference, and they're talking about this very same topic. They're looking at the economy, and they're looking at it pretty dimly. They're saying that taxes will increase, and the stock market is going to be wild. So the guaranteed pension account will rescue accounts from 401ks, IRAs, and put them into safety, because what we have is a product that is totally guaranteed. That means the people are not going to lose one single penny, and they're going to get a bonus to transfer their money to make up for any losses that they could have had with the stock market. And besides that, they're going to get an income guaranteed for the rest of their lives, Tom. And you know what? This is really what consumers want today, not only for today's economy, but for the future.
And by the way, it's a great time, Joe, to get into these fixed index annuities because of high interest rates. So you get these bonuses and high rates of return.
Oh, absolutely. Besides that, you're going to get guarantees to grow your money without any losses. Now, the transfer can be done very easily. All it takes is one signature to transfer your 401ks or IRAs into safety. So if people don't want to lose any money, Tom, we have the answer.
And by the way, you can call them directly and find out how to do it at 303-779-6600. Joe and his team will walk you through everything. They're fiduciary certified financial planners, 303-779-6600, mymoneymyway.com. Hey, Homevestors has a solution for people who want to sell their house and get the hell out of Dodge, or Denver as it might be. Hey, what I mean is this. Those who don't want to put their house on the market and have showings, have to make repairs, be subject to inspections, and on and on and on. They just want to really sell it. They don't want to do repairs. They don't want inspections. They don't want to wait for loan approvals. Try Homevestors. Homevestors has been with me for years. You have nothing to lose when you call them. Ask them, how much will you pay for my home? And that's it. Take it or leave it. But it's just a phone call. And they're good people. They already bought like 3,500 homes around here. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER. Sheridan Auto Tech, the place that I recommend people go when they want honest, efficient, and really excellent auto repair with 100% guarantees. SheridanAutotech.com. Heavy and light maintenance, and that's important. They can do normal stuff like oil changes and brake jobs. They can do engines and brakes and transmissions and electrical issues. Whatever it is, they can do it, including pre-buy inspections on used cars on Colfax west of Wadsworth, 303-455-7242. That's 455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com. Bathroom remodels are so efficiently good for the value of your home. What I mean by that is, for the dollars you put in, you get a lot of dollars out when you go to sell. But it's also just great to have a freshened bathroom. Those are the things that start looking old fastest, right? Well, K&H Home Solutions does bathrooms. That's right. This company that we've relied on for 65 years for quality home improvements on the outside of your house, window siding, doors, and more. Part of that more now, a Best Bath dealer. They can do complete tub shower transformations into a beautiful a beautiful shower, and do away with the ugly tubs. Or they can do efficient one-day remodeling options for the entire bathroom. The perfect blend of design, accessibility, comfort, and energy efficiency. 303-421-7100, 421-7100. And you can trust them, khwindows.com.
Smells like every day.
Did you get it yet? Nope.
Get what?
This guy's complaining to Kelly about how he sent something to the Martino show via the postal service, and we haven't gotten it yet.
What was it?
It's a business-size envelope. We haven't gotten it.
No, but how many pages?
I don't know. She just got on the phone.
Mark's going to read it at home. Give out Mark's
ask her. Seriously, ask him how many pages. Someone sent us a ream. 500 pages. I threw it in the fucking trash.
8.
I don't remember seeing that.
You didn't throw anything in the trash.
Bullshit. I literally threw a ream out. 500 pages.
Come on, Mark. That's cruel.
Striking out.
Yeah, okay.
What if it's somebody who needs help?
Well, they did. They were in jail, and that was the 500 pages you would understand. Notice how I didn't say I. You would understand why.
You bastard.
In fact, it said, Tom said to send you guys this so he can go through it.
I don't understand why he can't just go down to FedEx office, take the stuff, have them.
Why is Italian roast so much more?
Flash drive, and then they could help him email it.
Is he old?
Yes.
Yeah. Old people don't like new things. Isn't that right, Tom?
What's
10
that?
seconds.
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I'm just grocery shopping in between because I do that online. I do everything online.
Hey, Tom, I have a question.
Yes.
I have to buy a new TV. What is the difference between all of these crazy mnemonics like OLED and QED and all that? Does anybody know?
Yeah, I do know, and it's a lot to get into right now, but here's the thing. The LED is the important part. The way they deliver LED really is based on your preferences, okay? And also the room it's going in. If you are looking for, like, for example, high-end TV, what is the price range for them, too? Price is a really important one.
Oh, I haven't thought about price.
Okay. The LED pictures are where each pixel is individual, and
right. My question is the QLED and the OLED, because they're both LED TVs.
But, okay, if you want the answer, QLED will always have a slightly better picture. That's
okay.
the quick answer.
Right.
Okay? It's a slightly better one because of this little filter they put on it. It's a thin layer filter. And also, some of the LEDs, there's some that are better backlit and some that are more poorly backlit. And one of the things that I'm a big believer in is looking at samples. I mean, in other words, literally looking at them live. Now, you don't have to buy them live, but it's good to see them.
Right, that's what I was going to do. Unfortunately, you go to Best Buy and you see the TVs, and then you buy it online, which is a lousy practice for Best Buy.
Oh, you mean by becoming a showroom?
Yeah, that's basically what it is, because you go in there, like you say, you can look at the TVs and see which one you like, and then if you go online, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah. The more I'm reading here, Doc, on my PDFs, because I put this stuff away for references on the show.
Uh-huh.
The Q is essentially way better as far as all different room lights to keep that vivid color, whereas the other LED could possibly be washed out, or they could fade. In other words, the viewability, if that's a word, but the Q LED is a little better. So I would go with that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I would. And man, it's amazing the prices they have on this stuff. Just amazing. Now, I'm told that we can't get a hold of Wink and Wink bankruptcy attorneys. But Dennis, here's what I want to help. I want to get you back on with them. Here's why, Dennis. I want to help you through this decision, okay? Because if ultimately, let's say you would have to do a bankruptcy, could you do one to get out? I don't think they're going to come after you, okay? I just don't think so. But I want to ask Wink and Wink the chances of them coming after you, or what to do if they do, or how attractive that $30,000 paid off truck is.
Well, they'll probably rent the place out. Let's not forget that. He might owe him something, but I don't think it's going to be $30,000.
No, it's a 1-year lease he signed in November. So, is Dennis, another thing you might want to do, you didn't hear it here, okay? But you could finance that truck right now and put a big loan on it. And then keep that money in a safe place, and then use that money for move-in expenses and everything else you need if you want to, and then you can pay it off. But that is dangerous because you never want to do anything if you are going to go bankrupt. That would be to make it a less attractive target. And there's nothing wrong with that, with you doing that. There's nothing illegal about it. But if you're eventually going to go bankrupt, it could look suspicious because of the cash you got, because you'd have to get rid of that cash, and you do not want to play that game. That is not what you do with a bankruptcy right before filing, ever. Now, what you could also do, I just don't, like I said, for one truck, a guy on Social Security, I don't think the apartment complex would give you a hard time. But have you ever talked to them about getting out of the lease and just say, I have cancer, it's acting up, I'm not going to be able to work, I'd like to move? Have you ever just come out and asked them?
I have not.
That's the very first thing you do. The very first thing you do. I want to still get you back on with our bankruptcy attorneys, just for the heck of it, but I want you to call them if you can today, or talk to them, stop by the office, and just say, listen, if I get to a point where I can't work and I can't afford the place, I'd rather terminate in a friendly way than just walking away. Is there any way we can do this in a friendly way? Because I have cancer. I mean, why don't you? And, I can't see a corporation just wanting to bust people's chops. So you hang on. Kachina Kalori is going to get your information to get you back on tomorrow. Glenn, you have a comment on LED TVs. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, so my experience with those has been if you have like a darker room that's like a theater environment, that OLED has perfect blacks. And if you've got a lighter room where you want a little brighter picture with a real high contrast, then the QLED fits that better.
You know, that's essentially true, but in either environment, though, side by side, the QLED will always be a little better, don't you think?
I think it really, if you're watching a bright film,
Yeah.
the QLED's going to be better. If you're watching something dark like Lord of the Rings or, something along those lines, you're going to want that OLED. It's just the darks in there are absolutely perfect.
Really? So you really do believe then that that it depends on what you're going to be using it for, mainly?
I think if you've got a little eye strain issues too, you probably prefer a QLED because they're just brighter.
Yeah.
All around.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they do away with also, I call it an LED glare. It's not really a glare, but sometimes with varying pictures, you get this, I don't know what to call it, a shadowing or something. It's so minute, but it's almost a slight diffusion where you don't get that with the Q. Anyway, thank you very much. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
And just like that, we're back to easy driving throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. The same goes for I-70 east and westbound to and from the DIA area. South of DIA, 225 north and southbound, no complaints through Aurora and the Tech Center. Up on the northwest end of town to Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free. And out west into the high country, I-70 east and westbound. Again, no complaints through the mountains. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, cloudy out there today, but warm still with highs in the low 50s. Overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, high 51. Friday, chance of scattered snow showers. The current temperature in Denver is 51 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan at 6:30 KHOW.
When you think Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal. Because with your choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink, Biggie hits every time. So grab a Wendy's Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
It's time for me to talk. And I love talking about good people like Made in the Shade. What I like about Made in the Shade the most is the one-stop shop where you sit at home. They come and they measure everything. That's the most important part. Then, actually, the design consultant then says, hey, here's what I recommend for this room, this room, this room. Then they come up with a package. If you like that, they order it, they get it delivered, and then they have their in-house installers. So it is a one-stop shop, and they guarantee everything along with the manufacturer's guarantees. You don't do better than that. Don't try to do it alone. Made in the Shade. The website, denvershades.co, 720-458-6566. Euro Plumbing Colorado. Wow. Are they proud of what they do? And they are so proud of their deals. They'll venture to say that they have the best deals on water heaters, bar none. So you may want to shop around, but call EuroplumbingColorado.com, put them to the test. No one can do a water heater for less expensive for the same quality ever. No one. Not even for another quality. You won't find a lower water heater fully installed with the old one taken away and hauled away. $12.99 for a 40-gallon, $13.99 for a 50-gallon, whatever size you want. Give them a call. 303-668-6844. 668-6844. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. In fact, today we just had a call asking, where do I find a defense attorney? Joe Lazzara can help you when you are accused of a crime, whether it be a minor misdemeanor or a felony. And of course, it goes without saying DUIs. DUIs are the easily preventable ones, man. DUIs are where you just don't do it. You get someone else to drive or get an Uber or Lyft or a taxi. But here's the deal. Joe Lazzara will talk to you free of charge up front for consultations and then flat rate pricing for everything. You're not going to be nickeled and dimed. 303-429-6200. Don't shop under pressure. I've done the shopping for you. 303-429-6200. You have any other examples?
I have two more.
Okay.
Quality Italian. Do you ever go with Quality Italian?
Yes, love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I only get one thing there, and you'll know what it is, right? Come on, think. Go there.
Spaghetti and meatballs is what everybody gets there. They're homemade meatballs. They're delicious.
Best thing on the menu, though, is the best thing is that chicken parmesan.
Oh, yeah.
The chicken parmesan.
It's fantastic. But I love their. I'm not even a spaghetti and meatball guy, but their pasta's homemade. It's good. I think they have a chicken parm pizza too. I haven't had it, but I've seen it.
What is it?
A chicken parm pizza.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you meant the actual chicken parm dish.
Chicken parm pizza.
Oh, yeah. That's the real thick.
First, they pound out the chicken.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And they put it all together. And they get it together with cheese. They bind it.
Yep.
And then they put all the pizza toppings on it.
Delicious, huh?
Oh, my God. It's so astounding because it's just like chicken parm, but it's like in a pizza format.
Pizza.
It's so good. Ah. I'm sure I have a lot to do today. I have commercials to do. So I'm gonna keep my ass right here, do commercials. Kids off school.
Hey, Mark.
Tomorrow I got a Zoom meeting, 2 Zoom meetings.
10 seconds here, guys.
For Winner Chicken Dinner, we'll talk about Donald Trump's win in New Hampshire, how it's likely to benefit him on the lawfare front as well, and who his VP should be and not be. Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's talk to you about your problems, question, complaints. By the way, we also have Brian with some more examples of saving money. Let's talk about that. Go ahead. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance Group, 30. By the way, people have been doing insurance checkups where they call and they say, here's what coverage we have, and here's how many cars, what our house, this is what we're paying, this is who we're paying it to. They don't even care who you're paying it to, but they'll give you an insurance checkup. They'll go out and shop it with like 25 companies and then let you know if you have a good deal or not. So what do you got going? So far today, we've saved a ton of money for people. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, this one was interesting because it was another one of those that has a concrete tile roof. And they're with State Farm right now. They only had $340,000 on the dwelling, and with a cost estimator, it looks like the minimum is $750,000. So they're
God, they were 50% underinsured.
50% underinsured.
They would be in big trouble.
Well, yeah, because they only extend up to 20%, so they would have been way underinsured. But with the auto and the home, we quoted increasing the home up to $750,000. This is auto owners again. And they have uncapped replacement cost as long as we insure it for that amount. And they still saved $600 a year on the premium.
Wow.
So crazy. And then this one is with Farmers, Auto Home Umbrella, and moved them to Acuity. And it's saving $1,350 a year on that. And
more than $100 a month.
Yeah, and then we had one other person just to let you know that they're actually with a broker right now, but having tough, luck with getting a hold of them and just frustrated. And so we couldn't find a better deal than what we had, but they've asked us to be the agent of record, and that can happen too if you ever have.
If you just want a new broker.
Yeah. Yep.
And Mark and I saw firsthand why you would want to do that. I don't even remember the name of this brokerage, but we talked to him about marketing. And Mark, I don't think I have ever heard a company I would run away from faster than this one. First and foremost, their big deal was, I swear to God, this is what they told me, they were a little upset that I'm too consumer focused. And I said, well, what does that mean? Well, we are insurance company focused. I said, but you're a broker, right? He says, yeah, we represent insurance companies. And what we'd like to do is we don't think consumers, we don't want to, what did he say? We don't want to give them a lot of selection. We think we know what's best for them. Now, I understand a little bit of that. Like you do know the business a bit. You might say, right. Tom, you don't want this, you want this, but at the same time, you present options and different ideas, and they said saving money wasn't important. And I said, what do you mean? You know what? The bottom line was they truly, and I told them, I mean, this was a terrible meeting because we got up and walked out. They wanted to make it, in essence, make it look like they were serving the consumer, but they wanted us to know that the insurance industry basically has not just the broker, the industry, the underwriters have a better handle on what consumers need and how to handle claims. And I said, do you go to bat for consumers when their claims are denied, or do you try to explain to the carrier? And they said, no. They know what they're doing. Mark, do you remember that? Do you remember that meeting? I don't know if you remember it or not, but it was really unbelievable to me that it even came into question. Like I don't even get why they were doing what they're doing. I want to talk about states with increased debt from 2022 to 2023 and how states rank. I was shocked to find out that Colorado is doing pretty damn good when it comes to increased debt because they don't have increased debt. They actually have less debt than in 2022 by about 0.61%. But the states that increase debt the most, where people increased their debt the most, Montana was number one. That I don't understand. Iowa was number two. Delaware was number three. Maine was number four. Idaho was number five. What? I don't get it. These are mainly sparsely populated. Delaware, not so much. But their debt was increased a lot from one year to another. And then it goes down to, number 9 was New Hampshire. And then we had North Carolina, Ohio, Hawaii. Where the states start doing better is where they reduced. Here are the states that reduced debt: Oklahoma, Washington, Virginia, Colorado, Tennessee, Missouri, New Jersey. Now, why is that? Massachusetts really substantially reduced debt. Now, I know we like to, whenever we do something like this, we put a political spin. I say we as a collective, we put spins on this. But these are mixed. These states are mixed, red and blue. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason why they're all over the place politically as far as leadership. And the debt, I'm wondering where California, everyone's always, oh yeah, listen to this. California is one of those states where people reduce their debt year over year. Now, I don't know, I find that pretty shocking. So who reduced their debt the most? What state would you say? Alaska. Then guess who else did? Vermont, Wisconsin, South Dakota. So it has nothing to do with politics and nothing to do with population. It seems to be quite random. It doesn't even have to do with weather. I don't get it. But the personal debt of people are up and down with no regard to anything that I can put a handle on.
Hey, Tom, do you think state income tax might be one of the factors?
State income. You mean the ones with state tax? No, because California's got huge tax.
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking if you think that
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, you think if you have a high state tax, you may not go into personal debt?
No, if you have a lower tax rate, you have more money, so you're less likely to go into debt, like Florida and Texas.
But that's just the opposite of what we're seeing.
Oh, I don't have the list in front of me.
No.
So
like for example, California has one of the biggest decreases in personal debt, which I find amazing to me.
Yeah, I do too.
Where Montana and Iowa and those states, Montana doesn't have a state tax, does it? No. And so I don't get it. Anyway, 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Levine Law, your Denver personal injury lawyer.
Pretty standard drive throughout the Denver Metro with a couple brief slowdowns out there. Starting out west, I-70 eastbound, some congestion between Ward Road and Kipling. No word of an accident. Of course, we'll keep you updated. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town up on the northeast end through Commerce City. I-270 eastbound, some stop and go between I-76 and Vasquez. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Heading to DIA, I-70 east and westbound flowing free. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, highs in the low 50s this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies. Overnight low of 25, tomorrow high 51, and some clouds rolling in for scattered snow showers on Friday. The current temperature is 51 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
After a car accident, hire a lawyer with 30 years experience. Call me, Jordan Levine, 303-333-8000. At Levine Law, we're proud to have helped thousands of accident victims. Allow us to help you. Levine Law, 303-333-8000.
Genesis Total Exteriors says it all. Everything on the outside of your house will be done by Genesis, whether it's storm damage or you just want to upgrade, especially your siding and stucco. Yes, they do stucco, hard coat, conventional stucco, which is impervious to weather. They also do windows and doors and decks and roofing and gutters, and they're painting experts as well. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, free estimates. And you can sometimes even get a remote estimate for some things. Give them a call. Find out more. 303-679-8509. 679-8509. Empower Reverse Mortgage is a reverse lender, our exclusive reverse lender. Now, we've streamlined this process because we want people to first get information, and they may or may not need a reverse loan. Sometimes they just want to get rid of a house payment. Sometimes they want a line of credit, a lump sum, money for something. Empower Reverse will go over your needs and see if it's suitable for you and answer all of your questions. Empower, E-M-P-O-W-E-R, empowerreverse.com, 720-500-7719, 500-7719. John Fuller, you hear about on this show all the time. You hear him as our experts for personal injury. He goes to work on your personal injury immediately, even when you're doing a free consultation. He will go over your case free of charge. If you decide to hire him, and there's no obligation, then he works on a percentage fee basis. Once you do hire him, you get his cell phone number that you can call or text at any time. And he'll make himself available. In fact, he has pledged to take only the number of cases that he can work personally for you. 303-597-4500. You will notice the difference when you talk to John. 303, and you will talk to him right up front when you call. There's no call center or committee, intake committee. They may have to have him call you back or route the call, but you will talk to John Fuller to evaluate your case. 303-597-4500, myaccidentlawyer.co. You know that I don't know why my payment has been. I got a payment rejected.
For one truck less
Just
attractive target, and there's not $30,000 paid off truck is, I would. And a man owning a showroom. Yeah, that's basically what it is. What the hell?
I just don't get it.
Straight highway speeds through temp.
Yep.
No, you're not.
So I couldn't find it. It's like, where the hell is the...
My Amazon
Looks like
Prime
here,
card.
maybe here, no,
Okay.
Comstock in there.
has been rejected, and I don't know why. How do I get into it? There. Why would that be rejected? I don't get it. Why is this not being, why?
Hello.
Hi.
Where's Tommy?
What happened?
Hey, Mark.
Guess who's at my house?
Who? Your dad?
Paul the Waterman's guy.
Oh.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Can you get the stream? I have to bail at 2 because I have a 2:15 appointment.
5 seconds.
Femi, and we are getting nickel and dimed to death. 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Hello, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have Compass Insurance Group with us, and we've been talking about the insurance industry in general, and I just want to go over some stuff here. Is there anything people need to look for on renewals? Because a lot of tricks are being slipped in. So what are some of the tricks we need to be aware of? And I say tricks because I think they are, okay? First of all, you got the creep up syndrome, which happens no matter what. They gradually increase your premiums to where you can get a better deal somewhere else. But what about the deductibles? That's the biggest change we're seeing.
Yeah, I would say deductibles, specifically wind and hail deductible, across the board for most carriers are going up. But the other part of that is just paying attention to whether your roof is being changed to actual cash value, which means it's depreciated in the case of a loss, and that is, it has to be put into the policy, but unless you're reading, you could easily miss it, and so you just want to be aware if that's changing.
But there's not much we can do about it if the entire industry is moving to a percentage.
No, I mean, we still have a couple carriers that don't require a percentage, but you pay for it. And so it's just a matter of knowing what is worth it to you. If you want to take on more of the risk, you can find a better rate on insurance. If you don't have the money, to be able to pay for a large deductible, then you're stuck with having a higher rate on your insurance.
Is it going 1% of house value or more?
1% is probably the norm I'm seeing now across a bunch of different carriers. But we still have a carrier that will offer $1,000 deductible, all peril. Not that I recommend that all the time, but some people, they need it, So
and some of these houses, I'm just calculating, could be $20,000 deductible.
Well, if you have a $2 million dwelling, you're going to have
there are a lot of houses that creeped up to that value.
Yes.
There really are. I mean, people think, oh, come on, Tom. No, there are.
Right. No, it used to be like $1 million dwelling is a ton. You see it all the time now.
So, wow.
Yeah. Because the cost to rebuild that home has just skyrocketed. So trying to find, someone to build a home that is, 4,000 square feet, you're not going to do it for under $1 million.
Okay, so there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to be aware and then find the best deal. Does anyone go below? You have some that pay flat rates, but the ones that have percentage of the home value, that's only for wind and hail.
Right. Yep. You can still get an all peril deductible that's less if you want to do.
Will that ever go away? Or is that just going to stay? Is that because wind and hail is more prevalent than ever?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you think of last year, there were 4 or 5 catastrophic size losses throughout the state for hail alone just last year. So
yeah, but Brian, with that being said, if you, and this is all from Excel Roofing, if you went The 4, 5, 6 years before that, there was nothing.
Last 10 years, Colorado is number 2 in hail claims across the country in the last 10 years.
Well, yeah, but I realize that because that big one in Colorado Springs, that $1 billion one, I get that. But I'm saying we still went 5 years with almost very few storms.
I don't know 5 years with very few storms. I guess the best test of that is to look around. If you're looking at your house, have you had a new roof? Ask your neighbors, have they had new roofs? Almost everybody has. So insurance companies have paid out for roofs. Roofs have just been replaced at a incredible pace in Colorado.
I completely understand last year it was catastrophic. There's no doubt. I'm just saying there's a good chance we don't have that kind of storm again for another 5 or 10 years. But the insurance companies aren't going to lower your rate no matter what. We could go all next year with no freaking claims from hail and wind because the weather holds, and they're not going to lower their price. I've never heard of it.
Well, what will happen is if the insurance companies can start getting profitable in Colorado, you're right, it won't be overnight. But over time, all of a sudden, you'll start seeing companies wanting to get more business, and the only way to do that is to lower their rates.
Man, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Do you think, have you seen that happen in the past?
Oh, absolutely.
Where it would climb, and then reduce?
Yeah, and you see all these markets coming in trying to get business, and all of a sudden you see the whole rates going down. But I don't know if it'll happen.
Remember, for your insurance checkup, the insurancehelpcenter.com, 303-996-9000. Save all your problems for me. Thanks, man.
All right, you guys are clear.